McCracken County High School. McCracken County set to post the Apollo Eagles in the second straight week of district play. The Mustangs looking to go 2-0 in 6A District 1 after the 42-7 win last week over Marshall County. It's the Mustangs and the Eagles, and it's right here on 99.5 The Fan as we welcome you back to the Baird broadcast booth. If you're looking to roll over your 401k, open an IRA, maybe an investment account, or seeking financial advice, call my buddy Brent Hausman at Baird & Hausman Financial Group, 270-450-9900. Brent Hausman was with me on these airwaves about 40 minutes ago before we signed off to come back over to Marquette Stadium. The Mustangs, an impressive 2-1 win on the boys soccer side over St. Patrick out of Chicago. The Mustangs move to 13-2 overall, and they host University City from St. Louis tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock right here on 99.5 The Fan. The Mustangs and Apollo alongside Jimmy Garrett. I'm Eric Chumbler. And Jimmy, the Mustangs had an impressive win last week and impressive numbers. Apollo each week seems to always have impressive numbers on the offensive side at the very least.
They do. I think one of the things is, Eric, is we look at tonight's stats, both for their game last week and we look at the body of work. You know, one of the things that Apollo's been impressed, they've got an impressive passing game. And we'll look at that a little bit later, but they're top of the state at 6A in passing. And I think, you know, one of the things is when you look at the field here, you know, you've got Christian Combs on the field here quarterbacking. He's also their leading rusher, so you got a dual-threat quarterback. That's not something that McCracken County's really had to play against thus far this year. So I think that'll be a challenge when we talk about the keys for success later tonight's show. I think one of the things we're going to talk about is how's that defense going to handle Combs in this dual threat he has. Got a great passing arm, close up to 1,200 yards overall for the season. And then, you know, he's up around 300 yards from a rushing standpoint. So they've got a good offensive setup. You know, you and I have been with you 5 years. Every year Apollo has a good offense. Sometimes it's a running game. We talked a little bit about their past running game with Harold Patterson. They've had some great running offenses. Now it looks like they got a dual-threat quarterback. So Apollo's always a threat from an offensive standpoint.
They are. As one of the best offensive games you and I have ever done was at Apollo. We gave up 50 points, and I never dreamed in my time of doing this I'd watch us give up 50 points and still win by 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Eric. I was working as a statistician for you at that point in time, and I'll be honest with you, that is probably one of the most memorable games I have. You know, and I can give you some pretty good stats off the top of my head. You know, it was plus 1,300 yards between the two teams. McCracken County had a little better than 700. Apollo had a little better than 600, so better than 1,300 yards in that game. Hunter Bradley was running for us. I think he's got the high school record for McCracken County, total of 403 yards rushing in that ball game, and I think 7 touchdowns that Hunter Bradley put on the board that night. Harold Patterson, who we talked about playing over here for Apollo that night, had better than 300 yards, and I can't recall how many touchdowns he had, but I do recall he had better than 300 yards rushing himself. So when you look at that, that's one of the, to me, that was one of the most exciting games. You know, the part I always laugh about it, Eric, is, you know, I ran out of paperwork. I wrote notes to do the announcing at halftime, and at the end of the game, I had some sheets there that I used for the play-by-play and the stats, and I actually ran out of sheets. There were 17 touchdowns scored in that game. I ran out of sheets, and a gentleman there from Apollo ran down to the copying machine, got me some blank paper, and I continued to write. So at least from a statistician standpoint, that was an exciting ball game and a hard one to keep track of. For you guys announcing, you and Jared, I think every time you said something, somebody was scoring a touchdown back and forth up and down the field.
The Mustangs gave up 51 points that night to Apollo and won by 30. 81-51 was the final score in Owensboro. I believe we got home around 6 a.m. the next day after the game concluded. It was a long night and a fun win for the Mustangs, 81-51. There's going to be some points scored tonight, Jimmy Garrett, if we look at the stats for Apollo. Let's start with their stats from last week, looking at the Eagles.
Yeah, let's talk about last week. So one of the things I think is important about last week here, they got their first victory. We got our first victory. So they're coming off their first victory of the season as well. They've got a 1-4 record. So that last week they played Meade County. They ended up beating Meade County. Interesting enough, you're talking about points. That ball game there was in overtime. This is where they won the ball game. They won it 55-54. So 99 points, or 109 points, put on the board there last week in this game with Meade County. So Apollo's put 55 on the board. That's a big number. And when you look at the overall stats from it, when we take a little bit of a look at that, from a team standpoint, first of all, Apollo only had 143 yards rushing, so not a lot of rushing yards. And we'll see that throughout tonight's discussion about Apollo. They're not really a rushing football team. Now, they only allowed 140, so pretty good defense last week against Meade County, keeping them just a little below 150 yards rushing. But when we jump over to the passings, where the stats jump out at us, and we're going to talk about that all evening long. So when you look at Apollo last week in this overtime victory, 354 yards passing. Big night in the passing standpoint. So when you look at their overall stats, they were nearly 500, about 497 yards total offense last week for Apollo. You look at what they allowed, though, and I think, Eric, this is another important part of the stats that we're going to look at tonight for Apollo. Apollo allowed 280 yards passing. So one of the things that's interesting about Apollo's stats is the amount of passing that they have been able to perform from an offensive standpoint. They've given up almost yard for yard on the defensive side. So interestingly enough, sometimes you see teams that are good offensively at one thing, they'll generally be defensive good at that as well because they're practicing that. And they're practicing it. But here tonight, we're going to see the opposite. They've got a great passing offense. They've got a porous passing defense. So that'll be key. It'll be interesting to see if Prior Lamb can exploit that back secondary and have a successful night passing. So looking at it from a team standpoint, who's leading this team statistically? And we got to talk. The one guy I think you and I will talk about all night long is Christian Combs. He's quarterback. Last week he was 18 for 28, so he was almost 65% completion. No interceptions, 4 touchdowns, and 354 yards. So I got to give hats off to Christian Combs. That's a great performance last week that he had against Meade County. Here's the interesting fact that I think is a challenge for McCracken County tonight is Christian Combs was also the leading rusher for him last week.
Yeah.
So last week he took 17 rushing attempts, 107 yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns. So when you look at that, Eric, they put 55 points on the board. 7 of those touchdowns come from Christian Combs, 4 of them passing, 3 of them rushing. So he's the key to their offense. I mean, overall, he's the dominant player from them on an offensive standpoint. Now, they've got a couple other guys rushing, Dante Dixon, Niles Board, Noah Rynerson. Those 3 guys have contributed as well from the rushing standpoint. From the receiving standpoint tonight, who's McCracken County got to look at from last week's game? So last week's game, Eli Masterson, who I believe was there when we played a couple years ago as well. He's been there a few years on this team. 6 receptions, 129 yards. He had a touchdown. And Noah Rynerson, the other guy I talked about, rushing the ball a little bit for Apollo, he also had 3 receptions, 86 yards for a touchdown. So he was averaging better than almost 30 yards a catch last week. So some big plays there. They've got a third receiver, Carter Contreto. He had 6 receptions, 75 yards last week. So they've got at least 3 big receivers, Eric, out there that are being pretty productive from their side of the ball. But I think when you look at last week's game, Christian Combs dominated that game. When one guy puts 7 touchdowns on the board for you, that's a dominant performance.
It is, as McCracken County gets set to take on the Apollo Eagles. When we come back on the Buffalo Wild Wings pregame show, we'll take a look a little bit more in depth at the Eagles in their overall body of work. That's when we return, getting you set for McCracken County and Apollo 99.5 The Fan.
Rudy's Farm Center is your locally owned farm, industrial, and hardware store in Keppel. Now, the Rudy family is proud to be part of Mustang Nation. Why don't you come out and enjoy a bag of famous popcorn? It's just 10 minutes from the school campus out on Highway 60. While you're there, take a good look at the selection of Traeger wood pellet grills, a great addition for your tailgate party. At Rudy's Farm Center, down Highway 60 in Keppel.
Hurry into Menards today. Your plumbing headquarters. Remove or transfer water quickly with Barracuda utility pumps. These powerful, energy-efficient pumps are built to last. Be prepared for spring flooding and keep your basement dry. Achieve peace of mind with 11% off Barracuda pumps. Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Good through April 16th. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Craig Culver on Culver's Salted Caramel Concrete Mixers.
Summer just isn't complete without this treat. We take our frozen custard and add salted caramel. Then pick your favorite mix in. Cookie dough, brownie pieces, or how about Reese's Peanut Butter Cup? We spin it by hand. I love seeing that caramel swirl through the custard. There it is. Come on in for the Culver's Salted Caramel Concrete Mixer. Welcome to Delicious.
Stop in at Culver's on Highway 60 in Paducah.
Doing it yourself? You need a few things from Kitmo.
I need wallpaper removers, wood floor finishes, pressure washers, dry wall lifts, material lifts, hole saws, jigsaws, sawhorses, air compressors, nail guns, staple guns, caulk guns, and wet dry vacs.
Can you repeat that? If you need it, chances are you can rent it at Kitmo, the only 100% locally owned equipment rental. They've been at it for 45 years. North 8th Street at the foot of the Brookport Bridge. You get Mo at Kitmo.
We all have dreams, and at Seaplant Federal Credit Union, we can help make yours a reality. Whether it's your dream vacation, your dream home, or your dream home away from home, Seaplant will walk you through the process from application to closing. Call or visit any of our 9 local Seaplant branches and learn how you can enjoy all our member benefits and finance your dream. So don't wait. Get dreaming with Seaplant today.
Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
It's a tradition going back 50 years. Pizza out at Pizza Inn. It's more than just that with the Pizza Inn buffet. Thin crust, house pan, Italian-style pizzas, the biggest and best salad bar, the pasta bar, pepperoni twist, potato wedges, tots, soup, the Pizzert bar. Yeah, Pizzert. It's a pizza crust with dessert stuff on it. Topped with chocolate chips, strawberry, pineapple, Mississippi mud, Bavarian cream, birthday sprinkles, you name it, it's endless. Oh, leave room for ice cream at the Pizza Inn buffet. Open every day, 10:30 to 9 at Pizza Inn.
Getting you set for football Friday night at Marquette Stadium, McCracken County and Apollo coming up on 99.5 The Fan as we welcome you back to the Baird broadcast booth. Looking to roll over your 401k, open an IRA, maybe an investment account, or maybe you just need some financial advice after a day like today in the market. Who doesn't? As you can call Brent Hausman at Baird & Hausman Financial Group, 270-450-9900. As we look on down to the field at Marquette Stadium, the Mustangs warming up to our right, Apollo to our left. Let's jump into the body of work and look a little bit more in depth at the Apollo Eagles. And with that, Jimmy Garrett.
So, Eric, we'll start out and look at your team stats thus far this year through these first 5 games, so you're halfway through the season. From a rushing standpoint, Apollo has had, in these 5 games, 175 yards. So they're averaging just a little over 115 yards per game. So, like I said, they don't really appear to be a rushing team other than what Christian Combs has been doing as a dual-threat quarterback. But here's an interesting stat. When you look at the allowed side of it, they've allowed their opponents this year to get 823. So their opponents are up there closer to 160, 170 yards per game from a rushing standpoint. That bodes well for McCracken County. We know Zeno Cornelius is back. He's running good. Dylan Ruxer's been coming out of the backfield. He's been running good. And we've seen Pryor Lamb make some good runs as well. So opportunity for McCracken County there. So now let's jump over and look at the passing side. And this was one of the things I was talking about from last week's game. I think is an interesting stat is Apollo's leading the 6A stats statewide. So statewide out of all the teams, Apollo's ranked number 1, 1,148 yards total from a passing standpoint, so they're averaging 230 yards per game. Like I said, last week they had 354, so they're leading the state right now from a passing standpoint in the big school division. Here's an interesting stat, though, Eric. They're allowing just as many yards. They've allowed 1,255. So, they've really allowed right at 250 yards per game passing. So, interestingly enough, I think it's interesting to think that they practice a lot of passing games when they're scrimmaging against one another from an offensive standpoint, and the defense is not that strong from a passing standpoint. Good opportunity from McCracken County. We saw some nice pass plays in the last few games to Jack Bennett, Jonathan Venerables, Jordan Bridges. So we've got some wide receivers there that hopefully we can exploit that weakness, it appears, that Apollo has on a passing defensive standpoint. Who's the individual leaders over there? And we've talked a little bit about them already. When we look at rushing, interesting enough, just like last week's game against Meade County, Christian Combs is their leading rusher. This year he's got 43 attempts for 269 yards, so he's averaging 6.3 yards per game, or 6.3 yards per carry and 54 yards a game. The other main running back that they have is Dante Dixon. This year so far on 24 attempts, he's got 205 yards, so he's averaging 8.5 yards per carry. One thing I think, Eric, to note there on Dante Dixon is majority of those yards show up in his stats in the first 3 games of the season. The last couple games he has played, but he's only had 1 or 2 carries. So I don't know if there's an injury status there on Dante Dixon, but he certainly has not had an impact in the last 2 ball games for Apollo, though he is their second leading rusher. From a passing standpoint, we've covered those stats, but just to refresh it real quick and look at it from a season standing point, Christian Combs, he's number 1 in the state. Right now he's taken 162 attempts, 93 completions, so he's right at 57% accuracy or completion ratio, 1,148 yards, 12 TDs. Now here's another stat. He's got 6 interceptions. Last week we did a good job against Marshall County intercepting the ball, so opportunity there for our secondary to get some turnovers, which are always key to victory from that standpoint. Looking at it from a receiving standpoint, they've got 3 guys in the top 30, top 35 as far as 6A is concerned. Their top receiver thus far this year is Eli Masterson. He's got 23 catches for 333 yards, so he's averaging 14.7 yards per reception. He's got a total of 3 touchdowns, and he's been averaging about 67 yards per game. The other 2 guys that we're going to see tonight with some catches, Noah Rynerson, he's number 19 in the 6A stats. Thus far this year, he's got 26 receptions, 242 yards. He's averaging 9.3, and he's got a touchdown, so he's averaging about 50 yards per game. And the other guy is Bryson Velotti. He's got 12 receptions, 205 yards. He must be the big receiver there, Eric. He's averaging 17.1 yards per reception, so he's their deep guy. He's got 4 touchdowns as well. So he's only averaging 41 yards per game, but I think he's making those in some pretty big plays. So I think from a receiving standpoint, it looks like Apollo's got 3 pretty sound receivers that Combs is passing to that our secondary is going to have to do a good job covering. And it looks like when you look at the last gentleman there, Velotti, he's got some big play abilities there. And so we're going to have to make sure we cover him deep and keep the ball in front of us like we needed to in those earlier games.
That is the body of work, looking a bit more in depth at the Apollo Eagles. As now we'll take a break, and when we do, we will have our pregame prayer, which is brought to you by Heartland Church and the Heartland Church Student Ministry, with their desires to connect students to Christ, grow together in Christ, and then go out and serve like Christ. Middle school students meet at 9:15 on Sunday mornings. High school students meet at 10:45 on Sundays, and all students meet from 6 to 8 on Wednesday night. That's the Heartland Church Student Ministry in Paducah. Tonight's pregame prayer being said by the high school student pastor of Heartland Church, Mr. Glenn Ross.
Hey there, my name is Glenn Ross. I am one of the pastors at Heartland Church, and I wanted to just take a moment and pray for tonight's activities, tonight's game. And so if you would join me. Father God, we just thank you for how you love us. We thank you for what you do for us. We thank you for your son, Jesus Christ, and his sacrifice on the cross. God, tonight we want to ask that you would watch over the players and the cheerleaders, the coaching staffs, parents, fans, God, that you would just keep everyone safe, God, keep everyone healthy, just protect everyone, God. And we pray that we would all just remember that tonight we have an opportunity to bring you glory. So we ask that you just do what only you can do, and we ask it in your son's most precious name. Amen.
Hey, it's me, your car. Don't get me wrong, the washing is great. Love the big rolly brushes. But here's the thing. I'm getting hammered out here. The sun beats on me all day. Bugs, bugs, bugs! Rocks, tar, bird droppings. I'll be losing my youthful glow before you can say Western Kentucky window tinting. They can give me a ceramic coating and their Expel brand paint protection film to keep me slick and shiny. Some leather seats would be nice too. Upgrade me, daddy, at Western Kentucky window tinting in Paducah and Murray. You know what it's like when you go to a new restaurant and then people ask you, what did you have? And you give a recommendation. Well, prepare to have a lengthy conversation if someone asks you that question about the Farm Restaurant in La Center. Everything they have is absolutely delicious. From salmon, shrimp, pork chops, steak, real burgers with quality meat, chicken salad so good your grandma will claim she made it herself. And don't forget dessert. The bar is open too. It's not too far to get great food at the farm.
Hungry but still want a good deal? McDonald's is the place to go, so look no further. Get a sausage biscuit and a hash brown for just $2.50 to start your day the great way. And for lunch, you can choose between a McDouble, a McChicken, or a 4-piece chicken McNugget, all paired with an order of crispy fries for just $3. Now that's a delicious lunch deal. And don't forget, slushies have arrived at McDonald's. Your delicious cool treat for those hot summer days. And you can find it all at McDonald's.
Doing it yourself? You need a few things from Kitmo.
I need wallpaper removers, wood floor finishes, pressure washers, dry wall lifts, material lifts, hole saws, jigsaws, sawhorses, air compressors, nail guns, staple guns, caulk guns, and wet dry vacs.
Can you repeat that? If you need it, chances are you can rent it at Kitmo, the only 100% locally owned equipment rental. They've been at it for 45 years. North 8th Street at the foot of the Brookport Bridge. You get Mo at Kitmo.
We all have dreams, and at Plant Federal Credit Union, we can help make yours a reality. Whether it's your dream vacation, your dream home, or your dream home away from home, Plant will walk you through the process from application to closing. Call or visit any of our 9 local Plant branches and learn how you can enjoy all our member benefits and finance your dream. So don't wait. Get dreaming with Plant today.
Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Flooring is incredibly important when it comes to sports. It's also incredibly important when it comes to your home or business. You gotta see Flooring America for a full line of residential and commercial carpet, vinyl, laminate, area rugs, and custom tile. Their professional installers are fully insured. They have the area's largest selection of quality floor coverings for integrity, quality, and professional service. See Greg Dilworth at Flooring America, 5150 Heartland Drive, flooringamericapaducah.com.
Why do more people choose Baptist Health for their hearts? It's because we put you at the center of everything we do. From our treatment innovations and skilled teams who deliver care that revolves around your unique needs, to a comprehensive approach that keeps us by your side at every step. This is heart care that helps you return to the things your life revolves around, because this is heart care centered on you. Learn more at baptisthealth.com/heartcare.
It's football season, and no matter who you're rooting for this weekend, Mr. Cool is here to provide innovative HVAC solutions for your home or small business. With our famous patented DIY line or our brand new central ducted system, we help keep America cool in the summer and nice and cozy in the winter, all from right here in your community. So if the ref has you hot or quarterback play has you cold, visit MrCool.com and find out more about our innovative HVAC solutions. Mr. Cool, comfort made simple.
All right, we got everything. We ready?
I think so. But, Mom, can I please have some gas money?
I have no cash on me. Sorry.
Well, just Zoom it to me.
Did you get it?
Got it. Thank you.
With new features like Zoom Mobile Payment, Bill Pay, Mobile Deposit, and e-statements, the CFSB mobile app is more convenient than ever, and bankers' hours are redefined. Your life, your bank, CFSB. Member FDIC.
When you need an attorney, there's lots to choose from. Shouldn't you pick a local firm with lawyers who've been here a long time, part of this community, lawyers who know the prosecutors, the defense attorneys, and have a relationship with them? things out-of-state lawyers call us to find out. We're friends and neighbors. We're in this together. We're the law firm of Edwards & Couch, and we're here 24/7. When you need an attorney, call 270-442-9000 around the clock. Edwards & Couch, your local law firm.
Back here at Marquette Stadium, McCracken County High School getting you set for the matchup between McCracken County and Apollo as we count you down to kickoff. We are about 15 minutes away from the Mustangs and the Eagles as McCracken County and Apollo back in their locker room getting their final instructions for tonight as we welcome you back to the Baird broadcast booth. If you're looking to roll over your 401k, open an IRA, maybe seeking financial advice, call Brent Hausman at Baird & Hausman Financial Group, 270-450-9900. Time now for our national anthem, which is brought to you by Rudy's Farm Center, your locally owned farm, industrial, and hardware store in Keble. They now stock made in the USA thoroughbred leather work boots and offer a tradesman discount for you to take advantage of as well. The Rudy family is proud to be part of Mustang Nation, so go on out and enjoy a bag of their famous popcorn at Rudy's Farm Center, only 10 minutes from the McCracken County High School campus on Highway 60 in Paducah. I believe I heard Daryl Good, the public address announcer of Marquette Stadium, say that the Lone Oak Middle School, Reedland Middle School, and Heath Middle School band participants will also be participating with the Marching Mustangs on the national anthem for tonight. And so we will have several that will be on the field right now before us as they are moments away. And we will let you listen to the national anthem by the McCracken County Marching Mustangs and the fight song.
National anthem from the Mustang Marching Band.
As that is the McCracken County Marching Mustangs bringing us the national anthem for tonight as McCracken County gets set for Apollo. As a nice crowd on hand getting us ready for the Mustangs and the Eagles. Alongside Jimmy Garrett, I am Eric Schumbler. Thanks for joining us from beautiful Marquette Stadium, McCracken County High School. Let's take a look at the Insurance for Success, brought to you by Brandon Clifton and Allstate Insurance. As the Mustangs give it their all, so does McCracken County Allstate agent Brandon Clifton. You're always in good hands with your McCracken County Allstate agent Brandon Clifton. As a first one for tonight on the offensive side, you're really looking for something tonight big from the passing game to kind of extend what they started last week.
Yeah, I think, Eric, tonight's a great opportunity on the passing game. I think one of the things is we did see a good passing offense from McCracken County last week against Marshall. Saw some of that against Mayfield back in our home field. I think the key there tonight is when we covered earlier the body of work for Apollo, they've been weak as far as passing defense. So I think it's an opportunity I'm sure that Coach Smith has looked at in the films over the last week and saw an opportunity there. So I really see tonight as an opportunity for a Prior Land being back in the pocket, and these 3 or 4, really 5 guys that Coach has been playing all season as wide receivers to really have some good ball games. I'm hoping to see a number up there close to 300 on an offensive passing standpoint, and I think that'll be a good success for victory tonight.
Also, former McCracken County defensively, you've talked about this already. There's one name in particular on the offense for Apollo that the Mustangs will have to keep an eye on all night.
Yeah, Christian Combs. I mean, like I said, he's a quarterback. He's leading the state in passing. He's their top rushing rusher this season so far for Apollo. He's number 19 leading rusher in 6A. So the guy's a true dual threat quarterback, and as we saw tonight, we looked at him, he's a pretty good size young man. So I think the situation for McCracken County tonight defensively is they're going to have to really play both sides of the ball. They're going to have a strong passing defense because that's a stronghold for Apollo. Somebody's going to have to be the watchful eye to keep an eye on Christian Combs, because I think if we get in the backfield and get some pressure on him, if he doesn't have an open guy, he's going to take off running. So tonight, for the first time this season, McCracken County's got what I look at, Eric, is a really new challenge defensively. This is the first true dual-threat quarterback McCracken County saw so far in these first 6 games.
As well, let's take a look at one final spot you're looking for the Mustangs to win tonight on the field, and that's the turnover battle.
We talked about it last week. We said, hey, we want to win the turnover battle. Last week we did. We did a great job from a turnover standpoint. When you got 2 teams as evenly matched as Apollo, mistakes is going to maybe be the balance in the score tonight. So winning the turnover battle certainly helps you win that scoring game. So I think it's critical. One thing I don't have in my notes, Eric, that I would just want to mention is I think McCracken County, and they did a good job again, in the last few weeks, is stayed off the penalties. We did have a bad game there recently, but hopefully from that standpoint, Coach Smith's been working on it this week, and we keep the game clean without the penalties. And if we can win the turnover battle, I think that'll be a significant impact on the score.
That is your Insurance for Success, brought to you by Brandon Clifton and Allstate Insurance. You're always in good hands with your McCracken County Allstate agent, Brandon Clifton. Call him at 270-442-8234. The Mustangs and the Eagles getting set to come back out onto the field at this time as McCracken County and Apollo for one final time as they get set to square off. We'll take one final commercial break. When we come back, kickoff between the Mustangs and the Eagles, starting lineups and that when we return. 99.5 The Fan.
We all have dreams, and at C-Plant Federal Credit Union, we can help make yours a reality. Whether it's your dream vacation, your dream home, or your dream home away from home, C-Plant will walk you through the process from application to closing. Call or visit any of our 9 local C-Plant branches and learn how you can enjoy all our member benefits and finance your dream. So don't wait. Get dreaming with C-Plant today.
Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Rudy's Farm Center is your locally owned farm, industrial, and hardware store in Keppel. Now, the Rudy family is proud to be a part of Mustang Nation. Why don't you come out and enjoy a bag of famous popcorn? It's just 10 minutes from the school campus out on Highway 60. While you're there, take a good look at the selection of Traeger wood pellet grills, a great addition for your tailgate party. At Rudy's Farm Center, down Highway 60 in Keppel.
Hungry but still want a good deal? McDonald's is the place to go, so look no further. Get a sausage biscuit and a hash brown for just $2.50 to start your day the great way. And for lunch, you can choose between a McDouble, a McChicken, or a 4-piece chicken McNugget, all paired with an order of crispy fries for just $3. Now that's a delicious lunch deal. And don't forget, slushies have arrived at McDonald's. Your delicious cool treat for those hot summer days. And you can find it all at McDonald's.
The Stampede is on the air. McCracken County Mustang Sports is brought to you by
C-Plant Federal Credit Union, Brent Housen with Baird Private Wealth Management, Heartland Church, Culver's, Buffalo Wild Wings, Flooring America, Brendan Clifton with Allstate Insurance, McCracken County Schools, Estes Chiropractic, Rudy's Farm Store, Dr. Kyle Parrish, Rafferty's, McDonald's, Pizza Inn, F&B Bank, Ingram's Water and Air, Kitmo Rental and Supply, Community Financial Services Bank, Baptist Health, Orthopedic Institute, Paducah Bank, Supply Solutions, Freeman Dental, Emerging Media Productions, The Farm Restaurant, Western Kentucky Window Tinting, Edwards and Couts, and Swift and Staley.
Now, here's the voice of the Mustangs, Eric Chumbler.
Almost football time on a Friday night as district play continues. It's McCracken County and Apollo as we get you set for the Mustangs and the Eagles right here on 99.5 The Fan. Welcome back to the Baird broadcast booth. If you're looking to roll over your IRA, open an IRA, maybe an investment account, or you're seeking financial advice, call my buddy Brent Hausman at Baird & Hausman Financial Group, 270-450-9900. So the Mustangs and the Eagles getting set to come out one final time and get it going on the gridiron as the Mustangs will come out to our right in just a few minutes. Let's jump into the starting lineups for tonight. And with that, we once again will send it over to Jimmy Garrett.
Sir, tonight we'll look at McCracken County starting defense. The good thing about this is a 6th consecutive game this year, every game this season, we should say, that McCracken County starting the same 11 guys. So these guys are getting a lot of experience. We'll start out tonight. We'll look at the front line. Playing on that front line, number 45, Frankie Nutt, 5'11", 199-pound junior. He's having a good season, particularly had a good game last week. The other guy there in the center line is number 55, Cohen Buckhalter. He's 5'7", 230. He's a junior as well. The other two seniors playing along that front line, number 65, Noah Adrian, 6'2", 292. And the other seniors, number 67, Brady Cadwell, 5'11", 300. So those guys have last 2 weeks have performed very well, that front line has. We'll take a look at the linebacking core tonight, starting off in the center, playing middle linebacker for McCracken County all season long, number 33, Chase Dassing, 5'10", 180-pound junior. And then, of course, playing the outside linebackers from McCracken County has been the Black brothers, number 12, Owen Black, playing one of the corners there as linebacker, 5'11", 157. Ryder Black playing the other side at 5'9", 157. Both those guys are seniors. And then we'll take a look at that secondary, which has been playing stronger every week. Playing back in the center is safety Q Bailey, 6 foot, 190 pounds. The other guys playing back there is number 8, Jack Bradley at 5'11", 150. And the other two guys playing the corners right now from McCracken County starting each game, number 20, Jonathan Venerables, 5'9", 150. He's a senior. And number 21, Hunter Hawthorne, 5'7", 126. He's a junior. So solid secondary. We've seen that play the last couple weeks, and hopefully tonight they're going to be challenged tonight, Eric, that secondary is.
As that is the defensive starters tonight for the McCracken County Mustangs. Let's look at the offensive side of the football for the Mustangs. We'll start as the big guys up front like we always do. Starting at left tackle is one of the best you'll see is number 58, Brody Phelps, a 6-foot junior, 246 pounds. The left guard tonight for McCracken County, number 55, Cohen Buckhalter, a 5'7", junior, 230 pounds. At center tonight, number 68, Gage Cunningham, 5'11", junior, 275 pounds for Gage. The right tackle tonight is Noah Adrian, 65 on his uniform number, 6'2", 292-pound senior. The right guard tonight, number 74, Tyson Barnes, 5'10", senior, 264 pounds. The Mustangs starting to emerge from the tunnel, so we will take a break and let them do the rest as they are getting set to come out in just a moment. And we'll let you listen to their ovation in a moment. As McCracken County, it is actually neon night in the student section. And so neon colors galore all up and down the student section, including students on the field to welcome out the Mustangs, who, as always, will be led by 2 American flags and the McCracken County football flag that they have done from day one, which is now year 10 of McCracken County High School football. A wonderful crowd here at Marquette Stadium. And they are moments away from coming out. Quite the ovation here at McCracken County High School for McCracken County and Apollo. Let's take a look at the receiving corps for McCracken County. Wearing number 3, a 5'10 senior, is Jordan Bridges. Wearing number 4, a 5'11 senior, is Gavin Crass. Wearing number 8, a 6'1 senior, is Jack Bradley. A 6'1 junior wearing number 11 is Kenlon Thomas. In the backfield tonight, Zeno Cornelius, 5'7 junior wearing number 27. And the quarterback tonight, number 13, Pryor Lamb, former McCracken County 6-foot senior for the McCracken County Mustangs, and they look for Pryor. Had a nice week last week. 2 really good balls I can think of that he threw in transition to continue that here tonight and grow as this senior year goes along.
Yeah, Eric, I think one of the things that's solid about Pryor, when he's got pocket time, and this front line, they've got a lot of experience. They've been giving him a lot of pocket time. When he's got pocket time, he's got some good receivers out there. I mean, I think in the last few weeks, certainly Jack Bradley's made some excellent catches. Jonathan Venerable started over there, some playing on offense last week. He brings a lot of speed to it. You got Jordan Bridges as well, who made a couple really nice catches last week. So, you know, that receiving corps is really built up from the, you know, last year we had 5 good receivers graduate from McCracken County. So a lot of shoes to fill, a lot of big shoes to fill there. And here, middle of the season, really taking off in the Mayfield game and last week against Marshall. 3 or 4 new guys have really emerged to be good targets for Pryor. And I think tonight, Eric, that's going to be key for McCracken County if they're going to win this ballgame.
And so the Mustangs will kick first, and they will receive to start in the second half. The Mustangs wearing their home crimson, the full crimson top and pant with the black helmet, the chrome Mustang head on the helmet. Apollo wearing their road white uniforms with the blue numerals outlined in red, blue helmet with their logo on the side. Daryl Good pumps up the folks here at Marquette Stadium as we get you set for kickoff. McCracken County and Apollo alongside Ivan Stevens and Jimmy Garrett. I'm Eric Chumbler. Thanks for joining us once again on a Football Friday night at McCracken County High School. It'll be Sebastian Hutchins to kick for McCracken County. As the fight band plays to our left, we are set for kickoff. As Hutchins gets the go-ahead, he takes a couple of steps and boots it straight into the air. A short-range kick that will be taken by Apollo at the 42. First down for the Eagles, and a chance now to see the dual threat quarterback Christian Combs and the Eagles.
Yeah, Eric, this is going to be a good opening challenge for McCracken County. They kicked off first there, so the good thing they'll get the ball after the first half. But it's going to be interesting to see how this defense, it's been improving every week thus far this year, how they handle Christian Holmes. It's going to be an interesting series.
And so Apollo has it first down and 10 from their own 42-yard line. And so Combs looks over the McCracken County defense. We are set for the first play of the game. It's going to be a toss towards the left side and a reverse. Now tossed back. It's fumbled for a moment and a sack. A nice job by Jack Bradley to get into the backfield and get the sack.
So, Eric, there's a key to this right here. That fumble was key. I don't know if you caught, but number 8, and I'm not sure what his name is there on the roster, but number 8, he was every bit of 20 yards behind McCracken County's defense. So fortunate break for McCracken County with Apollo opening up. Not too often do you see the first play of the game be a double reverse pitch back, but certainly we saw it there, and good break from McCracken County. Apollo did have a guy wide open.
And so a break there for the Mustangs on the first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd and 22. Combs rolls to his right, looking to pass. Now passes upfield, has a man caught around the 50 to the 49, near the first down marker. Gain of about 22, which is what they needed. And so it'll depend on the spot, but it looks like a first down.
Yeah, Eric, they just signaled that a first down. That was a nice play. I think one of the things we learned from that first play there, not only Christian Combs does a lot of running, but the way he swung out there, he extended that play. McCracken County had good pressure on him. He was able to extend that play 3, 4, 5 more seconds and find an open receiver. So that's going to be another challenge that we didn't talk about in the pregame.
Dante Dixon is in the backfield with Combs. The 6'2 senior quarterback, Dixon, is a 5'9 junior. Handoff to Dixon, looking to go off tackle. He does. Across the 45 and brought down around the 44. Gain of about 4.5. They'll make it 2nd and a long 5, maybe 2nd and 6.
So Eric, you know, he's their leading running back as far as receiver, not counting Christian Holmes. One quick shout out there is to Jack Bradley. That was a nice open field tackle on Dixon.
So already 2 nice tackles by Jack Bradley for the Mustangs. That'll make it, as I said, 2nd and 6 for Apollo in McCracken territory at the 44. And now play starts on the game clock, or play clock, excuse me. And it looks like an audible for Apollo. And maybe pressure coming. Pressure is coming, and it's picked up by Apollo, getting by the initial wave. It's going to be Dixon, I believe, getting across the 40 to about the 39, making it 3rd and short.
Yeah, Eric, there's a couple guys there right along the line of scrimmage had a good opportunity to get Dixon. He slipped a tackle there. He kind of slipped in behind the guy blocking for him, allowed him really to pick up an extra 4 or 5. McCracken County would have had him right at the line of scrimmage.
That'll make it 3rd down and 1 for Apollo. 9:19 in this opening quarter. The Mustangs and the Eagles. As it's a snap, quarterback keeper going off as a first down, 40, 35 out to the 34. Maybe the 30, good spot up to the 32.
Nice tackle there by Frankie Nutt coming off the line of scrimmage there and catching Christian before he got too far. He picked up the 1 yard they needed, but so far McCracken County's defense, Eric, I think is responding well to this dual threat. I mean, they carried him there to 3rd and 1, and so far playing good.
So first down at the 31 of McCracken for Apollo. No score, just underway. Combs drops back, looks, airs it down the left sideline. Bradley's there and picks it off. 10, 15, 20. Cuts it up to the 30. He's going to be brought down around the 31. Jack Bradley once again.
Eric, that was excellent. Jack played that ball perfectly. When you looked over there, when I first looked and Christian let that ball go, it looked like he had a guy wide open just about the goal line, maybe the 1 or 2, and looked like a great throw from that standpoint. Looked like a scoring opportunity for Apollo. Jack Bradley stayed at home there and stepped right in front of the receiver. And we got our first turnover of the game, and like I said in the pregame, we need to win that, and that's a great start from McCracken County.
So the Mustangs will start with the football right where it just was at the 32, except this time the Mustangs will have it. And a chance for McCracken County to strike first. 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the far right. Zeno Cornelius in the backfield. Snap. Looking for a screen, instead airing it out to Bradley down the left sideline, but overthrew him by a few steps. He had his man beat, but overthrew him by a few lengths. That was a great opening play call.
Yeah, that was, Eric. And the nice thing is, like you called there, Jack probably had 2 or 3 steps on the defender there. Prior overthrew him, really threw it just slightly out of bounds there. I think if he'd had that ball in bounds, Jack would have had a great opportunity. He certainly had at least 2 steps and maybe 3 on that defender.
And so Jack having to hustle it all the way back to the huddle. and immediately breaks form after getting an interception. He's got to be out of breath. No score, just underway. Snap. It is going to be a quick throw left side, but McCracken jumped a bit early, I believe. Nope, they're going to say offsides on Apollo. That's why McCracken jumped.
That's a good break from McCracken County. Eric, they go from 2nd and 10 to 2nd and 5, so that opens up a lot different play calling for Coach Smith here on the rest of this series.
8:24, first quarter, and the Mustangs now across the 35 to the 37, 2nd and 5. 2 wideouts each side, Cornelius in the backfield. Snap. It is a handoff to Cornelius. He dances across the 40, first down, 45, 50. Dances off another man, has some room. Down the left sideline, he takes it. He's rushed out of bounds at the 20. First down and 10 after a long run by Cornelius.
Eric, that looks like about a 30, 35-yard run. I got to give Zeno a lot of credit there. Zeno, once he broke the line of scrimmage, he did a nice job cutting to the left, coming out into the open field and really making a nice run there. So the front line gave Zeno a nice initial hold to pick up that first 3 or 4 yards, but the rest of that work on that particular run was all Zeno.
So 3 wideouts to the right now for McCracken County. Snap. It is going to be a handoff going left side. Cuts up inside the 20, does Cornelius, down to about the 16. As McCracken County now inside the red zone. As may have been Venable on the carry. So Jonathan Venable, his first action tonight. It's going to be 2nd and 5 now. Let's call it 2nd and 6 for the Mustangs. Venable in motion as it's a quick throw to the right side to Venable as he's hit and dropped. It's going to be about a short loss after it's fumbled. It will be 3rd and about 7 for the Mustangs. Henderson County leads Paducah Tillman 6:19 in the first quarter, 7-0. 3rd down and 7, maybe 8.
Eric, this is probably an area where coaches don't have to consider maybe 2-down territory here.
I think you're right.
Little outside the kicking range, so it'll be interesting to see this call.
2 wideouts each side. Cornelius in the backfield. Dropping back is Lamb. He's looking down the right sideline. Has a man. It's incomplete, and that's going to be pass interference on the defense. As on the far side, it looks like Dylan Thomas, would have been pushed. Jenkins, I think, did it. And we wait for the signal. It is pass interference on Apollo. That's a break for the Mustangs.
That's a good break for the Mustangs, but one of the things is, Eric, I've got to give a little credit to Apollo. That's probably when he was wide open. Right. I think if that wasn't a push, I think that had been a touchdown from McCracken County. So, quite frankly, the Apollo defender there probably stopped McCracken County for getting a touchdown on that play. Again, the McCracken County receiver had probably 2 steps on him, and he just made the decision to push him down.
1st and goal for the Mustangs at the 9. No score, 6:25 in this first quarter. Lamb gets the snap, hands it off to Cornelius, straight ahead. Has a blocker inside the 5, down towards the 2. A nice job by Cornelius. As he just kept moving the pile. It's 2nd and goal from, let's say, maybe the 3.
Yeah, Eric, that looks like it's a 3, and you're right. Zeno, he bounced off one tackle and run through another one. So Zeno's running hard here in this first half of this first quarter.
So the Mustangs trying to strike first. As it will be jumbo formation for the Mustangs. It is going to be Cornelius. Dances towards the left and into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, McCracken County.
Eric, that was a strong drive by McCracken County. McCracken County, Coach Smith's got to feel good about that. He had a good balance there, really, of the run and pass both, but certainly a good start for Zeno tonight and certainly a good start for Pryor as well. So it's great to see McCracken County have a great opening drive and certainly have a balanced offense between the pass and run.
And so it was really from the opposite side of the field the drive started as the extra point from Sebastian Hutchins is good with 5:38 in this opening quarter. The Mustangs lead at 7-0 as Jack Bradley created that drive deep in Apollo's territory, returned it to the 32-yard line, and the Mustang drive started from there.
So, Eric, we talked there in the pregame how important turnovers are. We saw 2 weeks ago right here on Marquette Field, Mayfield took advantage of 3 turnovers, beat McCracken County by 23 points, 22 of them come off turnovers. We want to win the turnover game tonight, the Mustangs do. And right here's a great example of Jack Bradley getting an interception and Pryor leading them down. Those 7 points are coming off of defense.
That's right. Now McCracken County will have a chance to go back out there. Next time with the 7-0 cushion. They did this last week, jumped out, do it again here tonight.
Yep, they look good. Like I said, for the fans listening on the radio, that whole offensive series was well run other than that one penalty that actually was on Apollo. That was a pretty clean overall series from a McCracken County standpoint. That one pass that Pryor missed to Jack Bradley, Jack was open. He just overthrew him. So you could take that whole series, and McCracken County's off to a good start in this first half.
So we look at the Sailor Connection text hotline. I want to give a shout out to longtime friend of mine, Chris Chandler, a 2002 graduate of Lone Oak High School, watching on YouTube tonight. Good to hear from you, Chris, as that's brought to you by the Sailor Connection, your locally owned Verizon Wireless retailer, Lone Oak Road in Paducah. Let us know you're listening. Text me, 270-557-8223. 270-557-8223, and we'll shout you out as this one returned out at the 20, 25, hole across the 30, 35, and roped out of bounds around the 37. That'll be where Apollo takes over and trailing now 7-0. See if the Mustangs can follow suit after a nice stop defensively. Want to give a shout out to Ella Beth Hausman listening in as well. Also personally want to give a shout out to her dad. You heard me say at the opening of the broadcast to Brent Hausman, he helped me tremendously doing the soccer game with me as he has all year long, and then getting me over here to Marquette Stadium in record time and setting me up to get on air at 6 o'clock. Thank you, my friend. That's Ella Beth Hausman and Brent Hausman listening in as well. First down and 10 as it's going to be a throw over the middle. It's caught. 45 out to the 50. First down for Apollo around the 49-yard line before upended by Jack Bradley.
Yeah, Eric, you called Jack Bradley's name. I've got to say so far tonight in these first 2 series, both offensive and defensive, we've been calling Jack's name all night. That was, I think, the 3rd tackle for Jack in this quarter, plus an interception. So Jack's playing good on both sides of the ball. We know he's athletic, and he's certainly showing it here tonight in these first 7 minutes.
First down for the Eagles, in Mustang territory at the 49. As Combs, empty backfield, 2 wideouts to the left, 3 to the right. Drops back, pressure coming, trying to step into the pocket. He is corralled and brought down for no gain as several Mustangs there. Leading the charge was Esley Cornelius.
Yeah, Eric, one of the things we've been talking about since the beginning of the season is the development of this defensive line. We saw it develop in Mayfield. We saw him perform well last week, getting into the backfield. And quite frankly, the best way to stop Christian Combs is to stop him in his tracks when he's back in the pocket. And that's what that front 4 did for McCracken County.
And second down, looking to screenplay now. Wide open receiver downfield and nearly picked off again by Jack Bradley.
Eric, that was almost the second mistake of the night for Christian Combs. He had a wide receiver wide open there. It was really a bad pass, but I think if Jack could have closed just a little bit quicker on that, Jack would have had his second pick of the night. And in very similar pattern that wide receiver ran, and Jack played it just as well as he did the first time. So Jack's having an excellent first 8 minutes.
Third down and 10. Dropping back is Combs. He airs it down, wide open man, middle of the field. First down across the 40 to the 35, maybe around the 30-yard line is where it's brought down. Gain of about 19 for Apollo, now at the McCracken 30.
Eric, that was the same play they ran just a few downs ago to pick up first down. So they've gotten second and third and long twice, ran the exact same play there. So that's going to be a play that maybe at halftime coach is going to have to make an adjustment to. It seems to be a place they found a weakness in the McCracken County defense.
First down and 10. Snap. It's going to be Dixon straight up the middle. Big hole, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Apollo. 30-yard run by Dante Dixon.
Yeah, Eric, he split the middle. He went straight just off the tackle there and ran straight up the field. McCracken County didn't have anybody there in the center of the field there defensively wise. He had a lot of room to run. You know, one of the things we talked about in the pregame, Dante Dixon, the first 3 games of the year, he was averaging over 100 yards per game. Last 2 games, not a lot of yardage. I suspect that he may have been injured, but we certainly see his talent there tonight in this first quarter.
And so an extra point coming for the Eagles as it is up. It is good with 3:52 in this opening quarter. It is a brand new ball game, 7-7. Back when we return, 99.5 The Fan.
We all have dreams, and at C-Plant Federal Credit Union, we can help make yours a reality. Whether it's your dream vacation, your dream home, or your dream home away from home, C-Plant will walk you through the process from application to closing. Call or visit any of our 9 local C-Plant branches and learn how you can enjoy all our member benefits and finance your dream. So don't wait. Get dreaming with C-Plant today.
Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Doing it yourself? You need a few things from Kitmo.
I need wallpaper removers, wood floor finishes, pressure washers, dry wall lifts, material lifts, hole saws, jigsaws, sawhorses, air compressors, nail guns, staple guns, caulk guns, and wet dry vacs.
Can you repeat that? If you need it, chances are you can rent it at Kitmo, the only 100% locally owned equipment rental. They've been at it for 45 years. North 8th Street at the foot of the Brookport Bridge. You get Mo at Kitmo.
Quite the response from the Apollo Eagles as we welcome you back to the Baird broadcast booth. Tied at 7 as Dante Dixon, 30-yard run for the touchdown. Then the Mustangs now receive the kickoff out to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 as Crass gets across the 40 and brought down right there, or Gavin Crass will bring it to the 39. First down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Eric, that was a nice return. One of the things that McCracken County's been doing strong throughout the season is returning kickoffs. We've seen Jonathan Venerables have some big games. That was a nice return there by Gavin Crass. So McCracken County's got a good starting field position here on their own 40.
First down and 10. As McCracken County comes back out after a really nice drive to start for the Mustangs. This one could be another offensive juggernaut of a game as it's a quick throw to the right side to Bridges. Crosses the 40, 45, out to about the 47. If you don't remember, it was about 4 years ago. Jimmy and I and Jared were on the road in Owensboro, 3 years ago, I think. And the Mustangs gave up 51 points to Apollo and still won by 30. 81-51 the final score that night. And that was a fun night in Owensboro.
It was, and like you said, Eric, this is shaping up to be a similar night. I mean, both these teams marching the ball up and down the field.
Lamb gets the snap, handoff to Venables. He's looking to go off tackle, and the edge was not there. No gain on the play. That'll make it 3rd and 2. It's a nice job by Apollo sealing the edge and making that lane closed.
Yeah, one of the things is, Eric, we saw all year long McCracken County's rushing game, particularly Zeno or Jonathan in there, has been strong, but basically has been strong off tackle. Not a lot of strong running from McCracken County out on the ends, and so not a lot of sweep plays. So McCracken County keeps the ball in the middle. That seems to be a strong suit for them. That front line's doing a good job.
3rd down and 2. As it's a quick throw to the right, it's nearly intercepted. That one telegraphed quite a bit, and Apollo was all over it, and right now the Mustangs quite relieved that was not a pick six.
Yeah, I gotta give shout out to Apollo there. That was a well-read play. It was a pass to Jack Bradley, just a short, quick pass to pick up that 2 yards. Young man playing the secondary back there, number 7. He did an excellent job reading that and blocking that pass before it ever got to Jack. So he certainly had an opportunity for a pick six, but he brought this drive from McCracken County to a quick end here, just a 3 and out.
And so the Mustangs to punt, as Dylan Ruxer will do the honors. As it is a nice end-over-end kick. It bounces at the 23 and pretty much dies right there. First down and 10 for the Eagles on their own 23.
So, Eric, I've got to give a shout-out to this punt team. They've struggled throughout the year so far. I know Coach has been working with them. I've watched them in practice. Put a young man in there that's been working hard all year to be the long snapper. That was a very nice snap on his part. Dylan Ruxer with a good punt. So, you know, one of the things, that punting game at the beginning of the season was really struggling. Last week we saw it improve. We see that improve again. And like I said, the special teams is coming along just as well as the offense and defense.
First down and 10 now for the Eagles, as they were tied at 7, 2:10 in this opening quarter. Snap, dropping back. Combs looking towards the flat. Now looking towards the middle of the field. Now going to run and has a hole. 30, 35. I'm sorry, 25 to the 30, excuse me. And he'll get out to the 30. As there's a flag in the backfield. This one could be coming way back. This would be a great break for the Mustangs. And it is. Holding on Apollo. This will make it first and really long.
Yeah, Eric, and you know one thing, Apollo's coach, he's got to be frustrated. That hold took place about 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and I think it actually took place after Christian Combs had already swung out to the right. So really probably an unnecessary hold on Apollo's standpoint. I'm sure it's frustrating for their coach. And Combs would have had it at 2nd and 8. Now it's what?
First and 24. Wow.
Yeah, big swing from 2nd down and 2.
So the Mustangs will look like a little bit of confusion up front, but they have, well, still confused. Now looks settled. Apollo dropping back. It's Combs to pass. He's looking. Now he's looking to possibly carry it. Trying to direct traffic. Throws on the run, and it's nearly picked off. A great beat by, I believe, Jonathan Venable.
Yep, Eric, you called it right. Jonathan had an opportunity to pick that off. A little bit of a low pass. Got to give the front offense or front defense line a good shout out there. They've been playing good. I think one of the good things I see, Eric, so far in that front line, they're getting penetration in the backfield, but at the same time they're staying home and making sure not to give Christian Combs any running lanes.
And so that'll make it 2nd and 25 for Apollo. Still some confusion up front for the Mustangs. They have it remedied now as Combs drops back under some pressure, steps into the pocket, and he's sacked in the end zone. Or is it fumbled for a touchdown? We await the ruling. Touchdown Mustangs!
Eric winning that turnover battle, just what we talked about in the pregame. So McCracken County get their 2nd turnover of the night, 2nd touchdown of the night. So with a follow-up extra point here, McCracken County could get 14 points off turnovers. The great thing about that play, just for the fans listening at home, was the front line already had Christian Combs for a tackle for a safety about 3 yards deep in the end zone. So either way, McCracken County was going to put some points on the board there. Fortunately, they got 6 out of it.
And so it will be. Snap, hold, kick, it's good. 1:42 left in this opening quarter. The Mustangs take a 14-7 lead. A wonderful job by the Mustang defense, able to get to Combs and create the turnover.
Yeah, Eric, like I said, one of the things is for everyone listening on the radio tonight, the front four from McCracken County thus far in this first quarter have played excellent. They've stayed at home in their lanes, gotten into the backfield, stopped Christian Combs before he ever takes off, and really not giving him any running lanes. So I'm sure Coach Smith worked on that kind of defense scheme all week long. These young guys have executed it well thus far in this first half. So, hats off to McCracken County's defense. These 14 points are on the board because of good defense from McCracken County in this first quarter.
And so the Mustangs now once again lead 14-7 with 1:42 left in this first quarter. And so McCracken will kick back off to the Eagles. As Sebastian Hutchins will do the honors. So Hutchins is set. Should be a mid-range high kick. And in fact, it's going to be a low onside kick that was fumbled for a moment but recovered by Apollo. I like the aggressiveness trying to catch Apollo off guard. Almost worked.
It did, Eric. I think one of the things is that Coach Smith running these special teams, one of the things he's done all season long, he continues to do here tonight, he mixes up his kickoff. He doesn't do it the same every time. And so you just wonder how that throws off the kickoff receiving team for our opponents. Every time they come out on the field, they're not sure whether it's going to be an onside kick, a short pop-up kick, or a deep kick. He constantly keeps his opponents kind of on the back of their heels as far as kickoffs are concerned.
So it's first down for Apollo, trailing the Mustangs 14-7, late first quarter. Near midfield at their own 48 as Dixon cuts it up, met at the line, drop, dives forward for a gain of 2, 2nd and 2. And so a nice job by the front line to keep that from materializing to a long run.
Yeah, one thing is, Eric, and all the drives we've seen from Apollo tonight as well, McCracken County, one thing we've talked all season, they continue to play good on first and second down. Just got to get stronger on those third downs.
So it will be 2nd and 8, dropping back to pass, and rolling to the left is Combs. Flag coming, as this could be against McCracken County in the backfield. We'll see.
Yeah, Eric, they almost think that maybe a front lineman from McCracken County might have held number 1 Niles there in the backfield from being able to swing out and catch a pass. I think they had a screen set up there. I think maybe someone there on the front line really tackled him, and that should be a holding call against McCracken County's defense.
And Buddy Rushing listening in tonight saying, keep up the good work, Mustangs. Absolutely. Good to hear from you all. As always, text us. Let us know you're listening. 270-557-8223. 270-557-8223. Courtesy of the Sailor Connection, your locally owned Verizon wireless retailer, Lone Oak Road in Paducah. It's 2nd down and 3 now for Apollo after the holding penalty. Murray leads Christian County 7-0. And we'll keep you posted on that one, as well as many others throughout the night. Snap, dropping back to pass, pressure coming. It's going to be Combs airing it down the left sideline, one-on-one coverage, picked off by Venable. 10, 20, 30, left sideline, 40, as he cuts it up to the 47. Nice job, Jonathan Venable.
Another great, last week Jonathan had a nice interception last week against Marshall County. He played that ball perfectly. A little bit of that, Eric's on Christian Combs. He had a receiver there. He did have a step or so on Jonathan Venables. He just threw that ball short. He was about a 50-yard throw, and he just didn't get the 50 yards out of it and allowed Jonathan to run under it. I think another thing we continue to see when Jonathan intercepts the pass, his speed kicks in. That looks like to me, Eric, that was probably a 40, 45-yard return there after the interception.
And the Mustangs now set up near midfield at their own 48, leading 14-7, 44 seconds left in this opening quarter. Snap, it is Zeno straight up the middle, 50, 45, brought down around the 44. Nice gain on the play of about 8, 2nd and 2. The Mustangs a chance to take a 2-score lead, which in this game feels like a tie.
Yeah. Yeah, this ball's moving back and forth up and down the field.
As this will do it for the end of the first quarter. We'll take a timeout and have the second quarter when we return to the Bear broadcast booth at Marquette Stadium. The Mustangs lead the Apollo Eagles 14-7.
Flooring is incredibly important when it comes to sports. It's also incredibly important when it comes to your home or business. You gotta see Flooring America for a full line of residential and commercial carpet, vinyl, laminate, area rugs, and custom tile. Their professional installers are fully insured. They have the area's largest selection of quality floor coverings for integrity, quality, and professional service. See Greg Dilworth at Flooring America, 5150 Heartland Drive, flooringamericapaducah.com.
The Orthopedic Institute of Western Kentucky is the region's largest orthopedic provider with a focus on getting you back to the life you want to live. Our physician in the OIWK Spine Center of Excellence offers comprehensive care for your entire spine, from the neck to the lower back, and participates in many clinical trials. For more information, call 270-442-9461 or go to our new website, oiwky.com.
Mustangs lead it 14-7, trying to add to it as it is going to be 2nd and 2 for the Mustangs. Screenplay towards the right. Venable is across the first down marker, I think. And maybe, depending on the spot, it might be just short to make it 3rd and short as I look at the Sailor Connection text hotline tonight. As Dina Kuntz listening in. As saw Dina earlier with Chris. Watching her son Joshua had a big goal tonight for the Mustangs on the soccer field, getting a 2-1 win as a quarterback sneak. First down for the Mustangs. Nice job by Pryor as he dives forward and gets the first down to make it 1st down and 10. That's an easy spot. They do spot at that, and it's a 1st down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that was a good call. Just 3rd and a foot or two. Good. We know that Pryor's got good legs. He's been doing a good job from a running standpoint this year. So good call on Coach Smith's behalf just to make sure we picked up this quick 1st down.
1st down and 10. Lamb hands off to Cornelius. Going as he straight up the middle across the 40 to about the 36, maybe the 35. And a late flag on the play. We shall see what this is. This was after the play, I believe, as that became a theme last week.
Yeah, Eric, this feels like it's going to go against the McCracken County lineman here. I think it was an extra push there after the whistle. Possibly is going to be the call.
So a personal foul makes it a manageable 2nd and 4 to a now, or is it going to be? It is on McCracken, so 3 after the play personal foul penalties against the Mustang was really the only blemish in what was a great week last week for the Mustangs, but 3 15-yard penalties and 130 yards altogether for the Mustangs in penalties, and you still won 42-7.
Yeah, last week they had a bad week penalty. I know Coach has been working on that. He's bound to be frustrated with that call right there. McCracken County, that'll stop a drive in its tracks.
2nd and long. Lamb dropping back under pressure, and it's a play that's blown up as pass complete for another loss. This one a loss of 4. That makes it 3rd and forever. And again, all due to after the play unsportsmanlike penalty.
Yeah, that's hurt McCracken County because, like you called it, Eric, that was going to be 2nd and maybe 4 after that run by Zeno, and so now you're looking at 3rd and what do you want to call that? 24, 3rd and 24 or so, and so that hurts. And we saw it last week. Granted, we were up by a ton of points and won by a ton, but still detrimental when you're getting them unsportsmanlike calls.
And a chance to potentially go up 2 scores. See if the Mustangs can overcome that mistake here. 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Lamb drops back under, rolling to the right, looking, and throws to the right. Picked off maybe. Is it going to be? It is incomplete. As they say, he was out of bounds, and that will be 4th down and long. And unfortunately for the Mustangs, it's a personal foul and sportsmanlike penalty that rears its head just again.
Yeah, and that sets McCracken County back. I think one of the things, unfortunately, statistically, when you look at tonight, those first 2 turnovers led to touchdowns. Here was a 3rd turnover, an opportunity to go up 2 scores, like you've been saying, and McCracken County let it get away from them on an unsportsmanlike call.
And so it'll be Ruxer to punt as he moves a great punt as that bounces inside the 15. Go right. It doesn't, as it goes just inside the end zone, and that will be a punt of 55 yards to the end zone. He absolutely booted that. That'll make it first down and 10 for Apollo. Now here's the thing for Apollo, is Christian Combs now a couple of picks. He's a confident quarterback. Do you see him continue going to that well? And I imagine you do. Yeah, I think the situation is, I mean, they rely on the passing game. I mean, for their offense, it's 60, 65, 70% of their offense. I don't see him going away from it. We haven't seen Christian do a lot of running. He took off running that one play, nearly picked up a first down, but there was a holding call. So other than that one particular play, it's the only time we've seen Christian really use his legs. So it'll be interesting to see where Apollo's coach kind of takes advantage of that opportunity. Combs drops back, throws towards the flat. It is caught by Dixon, 20-25, and upended around the 27. It'll be a gain of about 7, 2nd and 3. So the Mustangs lead 14-7, playing pretty well overall. Both sides of the field is McCracken County.
Yeah, they're playing good, Eric. I think they've got to be able to stop Apollo on a 3-and-out here. I think the situation, we've gotten 3 turnovers, but we haven't stopped them down on downs yet.
As Dixon met at the line and dropped. No gain on the play. Great job by the Mustang front line to keep that at no gain. 3rd down and 3 for the Eagles.
So, Eric, it'll be interesting to see, like I was talking there earlier, McCracken County continues to play good defense on 1st and 2nd down. They have got Apollo here in 3rd down situations again, even though it's a 3rd and short. They've held them to 3rd down.
As snap, handoff, it's straight up the middle, and I don't think he got it. It's a gain of a yard at most. A wonderful job by the Mustangs to hold after a gain of 7 on the first play of the set of downs to hold Apollo now to 4th and 1.
I think one other key there, Eric, that I caught walking off the field, if you look on the far side, Dixon's walking off on the far side. He's limping. He's headed to the bench. So that could be key. I mentioned earlier the last 2 games it appeared statistically like he hadn't played a lot. And they're walking off after that carry. He had a pretty significant limp as he walked off the field.
That is something of note. And so it will be 4th and short. They're going for it. It's going to be handoff to the back, and it's going to be a first down across the 30, 35. Cuts it up at the 40, 45, 50, and brought down in McCracken territory around the 43. That's a nice job going off end and stretching it to the sidelines by Niles Board.
Yeah, he made a nice cut back there, Eric. I mean, he got around the corner and picked up another 10 or 12 yards. It looked like he was going to run out of bounds. I got to give the young man credit there. He did a nice cut back. Instead of taking the ball out of bounds like as usual, he did a nice cutback. He picked up another 12, 14, probably 15 yards after he made that cutback. So certainly a nice play by Apollo's running back there, Niles Board.
First down and 10 for the Eagles, now in McCracken territory at the 42. 7.5 minutes left in this second quarter. Combs rolls to the right, looking. Now throws over the middle as his man across the 35 towards the 30, first down. And the Eagles continue to move.
They do. One thing is, Eric, to call out there, Jonathan Venables was about 1 foot short of another pickoff. Another interception there. That was a close call. Granted, the guy caught it, picked up the first down, but Jonathan played that ball well, and just for a second there, it looked like he got his hand on it.
And so that'll make it first down for Apollo inside the 30 at the 29. Dropping back is Combs as he throws towards the outs, and it's incomplete. It's a misread between quarterback and wide receiver, as that will make it second down. As the far receiver had a go route in his mind, the quarterback Combs had a comeback route. That'll make it 2nd and 10 for Apollo on the McCracken 29. 7:16 first half. McCracken up 7 as Combs going to keep it himself, going off end as he goes across the 30, 20, upside the 15, and trying to carry a man. He goes to the 14.
So that's the first true running play.
Probably coming back. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I know, we'll let you call that, Eric. That's a good call there. That's coming back because that's the second time that Christian Combs has got loose on the outside and picked up 15, 16 yards. Interesting enough, both times they were holding plays. So certainly the holding's providing a little bit of room for Christian to run and bringing this ball back. And so McCracken County's defense playing well. The only time Christian's been able to get loose is when there's been a holding call.
So it's 1st down and 10. I'm sorry, 2nd down and 21 for the Eagles on their own, on the McCracken 40. 7:08 first half, 14-7 Mustangs. Mustangs bringing pressure, blitz coming. It's picked up. Now Combs rolling to the right. And he's going to keep it himself across the 40. Not much doing. 39, maybe a gain of 2. Going to make it 3rd and long.
That front four got some good pressure on him. Want to give a shout out there to Hunter Vlack. He was playing that outside corner. He looked like he might have been the guy spying on Christian Combs. Did a good job chasing him down, running him out of bounds before he picked up any yardage.
3rd and 20 for Apollo. Inside the 40 at the 39. Mustangs up 14-7. Snap. Hand off. Nope. Combs keeps it under a lot of pressure, and it's incomplete. Was it grounding? I think he grounded it. And so that'll make it 4th down and long.
Nice play by Chase Dassing, Eric. He was the guy to get in the backfield. Chase has been in the backfield the last few games, been a good at getting in the backfield from that middle linebacker position. He did a great job putting pressure on Combs. One of the things I think that's playing out well in this first half is McCracken County's front four, in this case including Chase Dassing being middle linebacker, are keeping Combs contained and in the pocket.
So that'll make it 4th and 20 as the snap caught at the 50, punted towards the 12, inside the 10, rolling. That's going to be right at the 1.
Ooh.
That is how you do it. As McCracken County, they'll have to go length of the field. They can do it. They're moving the football well tonight. 6:40 left in this first half. The Mustangs on top 14-7. And as I look at the Cellular Connection text hotline tonight, Paul and Renee Phelps from South Fulton listening and loving those Stings tonight. Good to hear from you as always. It's brought to you by the Cellular Connection, your locally owned Verizon wireless retailer, Lone Oak Road in Paducah. So the Mustangs start deep in their own territory at the goal line. And it is a jumbo formation for the Mustangs just to create some room. It's a quarterback sneak that doesn't yield much, but maybe enough to create some room.
Yeah, Eric, they were starting off the 1 foot line there, and so they didn't have any room to work at all. So maybe that got the ball out to, looks like just past the 1 yard line. So it's going to give them a little bit more work room, but definitely give credit to the Apollo's punter. He backed McCracken County up against the goal line.
2nd down and 9.5 for the Mustangs on their own half-yard line. Lamb hands it off to Zeno as he goes left side, gets by the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. That'll make it 3rd and 8. And right here, if you're not able to get a first down, even with a good punt, great punt, Apollo should end up with great field position.
Yeah, I think, Eric, critical on this play here. McCracken County needs to pick up a minimum of 3 or 4 yards just to give Dylan Ruxer enough room to back up and not be on the back end zone line. So the call here is critical for McCracken County, at least to give their punter enough room without stepping out of the back of the end zone.
Oh, and Apollo jumps. That's what you need if you're McCracken County, is the Mustangs got the Eagles to jump. So that will give them plenty of space and make it a much more manageable third down now to third and about 3, maybe 4, depending on where it was. Probably 3rd and 4.
You know what's interesting here? That could change this drive. You know, Apollo had him in a tight spot there by jumping off sides. They've given him the room we were just discussing for punting. And now McCracken County, they pick up a first down here. This could change this drive altogether, that offsides penalty.
Lamb going to keep it himself straight up the middle, has the first down across the 10 to the 15. Nice job by Pryor Lamb on the quarterback keeper. There is a flag after the play. As this well after the play was over, and it's a sideline warning against Apollo. So the first down is good.
So, Eric, back to what I was just saying a moment ago. Apollo breathed some life in McCracken County's offense, had him backed up at the 2 and jumped offside. So, you know, as we talk every week, turnovers and these penalties, they're game changers. And Apollo's mistake here has given McCracken County an opportunity to drive the field in these last 5 minutes, get the lead, and then come back and get the ball after the first half.
As it is Cornelius. He's in the backfield, gets back to the line of scrimmage, dives forward for maybe a gain of a yard. Out to about the 16. 2nd and 9. 4:45 left in this first half. The Mustangs lead 14-7.
Yeah, Eric, I think the thing is, like I just mentioned there a moment ago, if McCracken County can keep this drive going, they're going to consume the rest of the clock in this half. Can go in with a lead, whether it be 1 touchdown or 2, and get the ball back after the half. This is a good opportunity for McCracken County.
Snap. As it's thrown to the left flat, it's complete. First down maybe, as a nice job stretching out by Jordan Bridges. Actually, they're going to say, I guess he was out before he stretched out. That'll make it 3rd and about 3. So another 3rd down opportunity for the Mustangs as the clock at 4:16. Mustangs leading 14-7 in the second quarter. It is going to be a quarterback keeper again. Looking to go off tackle. He does. First down and then some. 35-40. Out across the 45. Nice job on the designed carry by Pryor Lamb for the first down.
Yeah, Eric, that was a great call by Coach Smith there. That left side was wide open for Pryor. You know, last week we didn't see Pryor really carry the ball much in that victory over Marshall. But prior to that, this season, he's carried the ball a number of times. So I think the situation is Coach Smith's taking advantage of these 3rd downs and calling Pryor's number, and it's working out well thus far.
First down and 10 for the Mustangs. Nearing midfield at the 45 as Zeno makes one man miss, hit at the line, gains about 1.5 yards, maybe 1 yard depending on the spot. Let's call it 2nd and 9 as the clock now ticks under 4 minutes in the second quarter. The Mustangs up 14-7.
You know, Eric, if McCracken County keep this drive going, it'll be interesting to hear Ivan's statistics at halftime. I would say this is the strongest showing in a single half McCracken County's had for offensive yards. So hopefully they can keep this drive going, and I think statistically this is the strongest first half we've had all season.
I agree. 2nd down and 9 for McCracken County. Snap. It's going to be Pryor Lamb being chased and dropped in the backfield and fumbled it, and it's going to be a turnover. And so Pryor Lamb could not hold on to it. Credit to Eagles. They were able to jump on it, and they have great field position at the 41. And now a chance for the Eagles to try and tie it up.
They do, Eric. That was a good break for Apollo. McCracken County had a good drive going there. They'd already picked up 3 first downs and got it out to the 41-yard line. There's 3:21 left on the clock. So a good opportunity for Apollo to run this short field and make what could have been a 14-7 or 21-7 game back to 14-14 and start out that second half even.
And so that makes it first down for Apollo on the McCracken 41. Snap. It's fumbled but picked up as it's going to be Combs rolling to the left, looking to make something out of nothing. He might. 40, 35, knocked out of bounds, and then a late hit for the Mustangs. That was going to be a gain of about 5, maybe 6, and it's going to be an extra yardage on top of it on a personal foul on the Mustangs.
Yeah, Eric, that's an unfortunate break. I mean, here you got to play with the turnover, and now you're going to have a personal foul and add another 15 yards to it. McCracken County's letting this half kind of swing Apollo's way here in this last 3 minutes. That's not what you wanted to see here going into half.
So 45 yards last week given up in personal foul penalties, 30 so far this week.
Yeah, Eric, and that was an easy call for your referee. That wasn't just a few yards out of bounds. That was a good 6-7 yards out of bounds there. So that was an unfortunate mistake on McCracken County's defense.
So that'll make it first down for Apollo. Inside the red zone at the 19, trying to tie the Mustangs. It's 14-7 McCracken County. Snap. It's going to be an end around as they're looking now up the middle. It's a carry straight across the 20 to the 16. Some trickery a little bit. Yields about 3.
Yeah, that's the second trick play Apollo's run tonight. That first play of the offensive series of the game, they ran a double reverse there with a little pitch back to the quarterback there. They run another reverse. So a little bit of trickery from Apollo. I think one other, Eric, note in this last 2 minutes, both teams have all 3 timeouts. Not a timeout been called this half.
That's a good point. Second down and 8 for Apollo. Screenplay right side, nearly picked off by Venable. A great read once again by Jonathan Venable. 3rd and 8.
Yeah, Eric, if he'd have intercepted that was a touchdown there. That was a wide open 75 yards of territory for Jonathan. So, like you called it, he read that perfectly, allowed the guys to get in the backfield, but he stuck right with that guy. So that was a good play by Jonathan Venerables. Tonight, when you look at this first half defensively, both Jonathan and Jack have had great games so far in that secondary.
3rd and 8 for Apollo. On the McCracken 18, and the first timeout of the half will be used. As Apollo wants to take one to talk it over, we'll take one with them. 2:30 left in the half. Mustangs lead at 14-7.
Craig Culver on Culver's Salted Caramel Concrete Mixers.
Summer just isn't complete without this treat. We take our frozen custard and add salted caramel. Then pick your favorite mix in. Cookie dough, brownie pieces, or how about Reese's Peanut Butter Cup? We spin it by hand. I love seeing that caramel swirl through the custard. There it is. Come on in for the Culver's Salted Caramel Concrete Mixer. Welcome to Delicious.
Stop in at Culver's on Highway 60 in Paducah.
It's time to blow the whistle on low interest rates, mandatory fees, and limited ATM networks. Time for a new game plan. FNB's Your Start Checking and Savings Bundle will lead you to victory. Earn our premium interest rate of 1.55% APY on your first $15,000. Plus, enjoy nationwide ATM access and mobile deposits. We invite you to apply online at growwithfnb.com or stop by your nearest FNB office to get your start today. APY is annual percentage yield. Standard rate of 0.05% APY will apply to balances over $15,000. See bank for terms and conditions. FNB Bank, member FDIC.
3rd and 7 is Combs dropping back, rolling to his right. Plenty of time, now rolling to his left. Looking, thought about running it, now airs it out towards the end zone. Incomplete. Nice job by the Mustangs secondary, closing down all options. That'll make it 4th down and 7 for Apollo on the McCracken 16. 2:21 left in the second quarter. The Mustangs lead 14-7. Alongside Jimmy Garrett, I'm Eric Chumbler. Welcome you back to the Baird broadcast booth. And now decision time for Apollo, and I believe they're going to go for it.
Yeah, Eric, I think this is a position, unless they've got a good field goal kicker, they've got to go for it here on the 17-yard line, 4th down. So certainly they're looking like they're going to call an offensive play here. Shout out to the defensive line. They stayed home there and kept Combs in front of them. And that's what Coach Smith's asking them to do. They were doing exactly what Coach Smith wants.
4th down and 7. Combs drops back, looking, pressure coming, airs it out over the middle. It's picked off down the 20, down the 30. He has a lot of room, across the 50, and run down around the 36. Great job by Noah Nyberg.
You know, Eric, that was a great interception by Noah Nyberg. One of the things we've got to keep in mind is we saw Noah playing good last week against Marshall. They put him in late in the second half. He had 3 or 4 tackles. He seems to be playing good tonight, and that was an excellent read by him and just a nice, clean interception.
There is a flag way back, but it looks to be after the interception. And so I think the play will stand regardless if there is a flag. And we await. And so it is against McCracken County. The penalty will stand. And so it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs on their own 50, or on the 50, I should say, at midfield. As the Mustangs lead 14-7, creating yet another turnover by this Mustangs secondary. It's Pryor straight up the middle, across the 50. He'll go down at the 45, gain of 5, 2nd and 5. As the clock ticks under 2 minutes, 14-7, McCracken County. Second and 5 from the 45 of Apollo. Snap. Lamb looks. He's going to air it down the right sideline. Has a man. It's caught by Crass. He's outside the 10, maybe around the 12.
Eric, that was a great catch by Gavin Crass. We got to give him credit there. He only had his man beat by maybe a half a step. Tough catch over his shoulder, and he was able to keep both feet in bounds. Referee was right there to make the call, so really shout out to Gavin Crass. That was an excellent over-the-shoulder catch and keeping his feet in bounds.
Minute 29. See if the Mustangs try to use a little bit of the ground game here inside the 15 if they want to continue through the air. Snap. Quick throw right side. Caught. Oh, dropped, I should say. It looked like Crass had it. Went right through the wickets. 2nd and 10. And so that will stop the clock at a minute 25 as a helmet came off. As Gage Cunningham's helmet came off. So the big man will come off for a second, or yes, it will just be for a play. Graves County's up 38-0 at the half on Breckenridge County. Tillman and Henderson tied at 7. 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Cornelius in the backfield, 2nd and 10, and time is called by Coach Smith. Minute 25, first half. The Mustangs on top 14-7. Leave it right here. Jimmy Garrett. Jimmy, the Mustangs defense wonderful tonight, as the opening drive for the Eagles was an interception, then came back and scored quickly. Other than that, the Mustang defense bend but not break.
Yeah, they played excellent. That's 4 turnovers in the first half from McCracken County's defense. I think we had three turnovers last week, so certainly the defenses continue to grow. One of the things is, Eric, I think is interesting, you mentioned earlier, the score's 14-7, but like you said, this has been a back-and-forth game. The scoreboard doesn't demonstrate that because not a lot of points, not a lot of times the ball got in the end zone, but certainly back and forth. It seems each time one team gains some momentum, there's either a big penalty or a turnover swings it to the other team. So when you look at this game so far, I'd love to count and look at the film, but I think the momentum's went back and forth at least 6-7 times so far in this first half.
So 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs on the Apollo 12, a minute 25 left in this first half. Mustangs a chance to take a 2-score lead into the halftime locker room and get the football back, as it's going to be Pryor straight up the middle, and not much doing as he goes down around the 10. Looks like he was possibly going to hand it off and then decided to keep it himself. Third down and maybe 9, I believe.
Yeah, Eric, I think he picked up a yard on that, so I think 3rd and 9 is a good call. Pryor, Coach Smith's using Pryor a lot tonight, using his legs a lot more than we've seen the last couple games.
Lamb drops back, throws towards the left. It is caught at the 5 and right there immediately brought down. And the Mustangs will take a timeout to talk about this 4th down scenario. 4th down and about 4 for McCracken County. You've got Sebastian Hutchins, who's done well in the kicking game for the Mustangs in his first year. This would be about a 23-yard kick for Hutchins if they were to attempt it. 4th down and 4. Do you go for it?
You know, Eric, I think it's a tough call on Coach Smith's standpoint. I've watched Sebastian Hutchins in practice. He's made some 42-yard field goals, so I think the leg is there. I think the one thing that concerns me if I was in Coach Smith's
left hash.
He's over on that left hash. You got right-footed kicker. You're over on the left hash. I'll be honest with you. You can see it in college. You see it in pro. That's just a tough kick for a right-footed kicker over there on that left hash. So, you know, I think for Coach Smith, it looks like he's going to put his offense back on the field and try to get an opportunity to punch this in and pick up, or at least pick up the 1st down and get a few more downs before half. But I got to agree with Coach Smith. I think this is a tough kick for Sebastian Hutchins coming off of that left hash.
So it'll be Lamb, Cornelius with him in the backfield. Tried to get Apollo to jump. Snap. It is Cornelius straight up the middle, and it's going to be close. I don't know if he got it. It's going to be depending fully on the spot. And I don't think he got it. 1st down for Apollo. And so a big, big break for the Eagles. The Mustangs had a chance to take a 2-score lead for the 3rd straight time and couldn't quite do it.
And they did. I think McCracken County's had their opportunities, Eric. So when we look at the score at the end of this game, it'll be interesting, win or loss. McCracken County's had at least 3 opportunities in this first half to put points on the board. Coach Smith might second guess himself a little bit there that he didn't send Sebastian out there and get at least a 10-point lead in this first half. But still, I like the call. I like when you go for it. They only came up about a foot short, unfortunately, but I still like the call on Coach Smith's behalf.
And so the Eagles will down the football. They'll have to do it one more time. And this started out feverishly offensively. The Mustangs jumped out 7-0 quickly. Apollo immediately answered 7-7. The Mustangs able to get a near sack in the end zone. It was fumbled, ended up being a touchdown in the end zone to make a 14-7 lead, and that is where this half will end. We go to the halftime locker room. Mustangs a 14-7 lead. We'll have the first half stats, Estes Chiropractic, second half adjustments, all when we return. 99.5 The Fan.
Rudy's Farm Center is your locally owned farm, industrial, and hardware store in Keppel. Now, the Rudy family is proud to be a part of Mustang Nation. Why don't you come out and enjoy a bag of famous popcorn? It's just 10 minutes from the school campus out on Highway 60. While you're there, take a good look at the selection of Traeger wood pellet grills, a great addition for your tailgate party. At Rudy's Farm Center, down Highway 60 in Keppel.
We all have dreams, and at Seaplant Federal Credit Union, we can help make yours a reality. Whether it's your dream vacation, your dream home, or your dream home away from home, Seaplant will walk you through the process from application to closing. Call or visit any of our 9 local Seaplant branches and learn how you can enjoy all our member benefits and finance your dream. So don't wait. Get dreaming with Seaplant today.
Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. It's
football season, and no matter who you're rooting for this weekend, Mr. Cool is here to provide innovative HVAC solutions for your home or small business. With our famous patented DIY line or our brand new central ducted system, we help keep America cool in the summer and nice and cozy in the winter, all from right here in your community. So if the ref has you hot or quarterback play has you cold, visit MrCool.com and find out more about our innovative HVAC solutions. Mr. Cool, comfort made simple.
CFSB is creating a connected experience both online and in person. We commit to connecting financial technology to meet the daily demands in your life. With our new online banking experience and mobile app, we've created a way for you to bank your way on your time. And we back that up with a team of personal digital bankers, empowering you to utilize all the tools that we provide, making you unstoppable. Visit yourlifeyourbank.com/digital banking to start your CFSB experience today. Member FDIC.
When you need an attorney, there's lots to choose from. Shouldn't you pick a local firm with lawyers who've been here a long time? Part of this community, lawyers who know the prosecutors, the defense attorneys, and have a relationship with them. Things out-of-state lawyers call us to find out. We're friends and neighbors. We're in this together. We're the law firm of Edwards & Katz, and we're here 24/7. When you need an attorney, call 270-442-9000 around the clock. Edwards & Katz, your local law firm.
Flooring is incredibly important when it comes to sports. It's also incredibly important when it comes to your home or business. You gotta see Flooring America for a full line of residential and commercial carpet, vinyl, laminate, area rugs, and custom tile. Their professional installers are fully insured. They have the area's largest selection of quality floor coverings for integrity, quality, and professional service. See Greg Dilworth at Flooring America, 5150 Heartland Drive, FlooringAmericaPaducah.com.
Greg Culver on Culver's Salted Caramel Concrete Mixers.
Summer just isn't complete without this treat. We take our frozen custard and add salted caramel. Then pick your favorite mix in. Cookie dough, brownie pieces, or how about Reese's peanut butter cup? We spin it by hand. I love seeing that caramel swirl through the custard. There it is. Come on in for the Culver's Salted Caramel Concrete Mixer. Welcome to Delicious.
Stop in at Culver's on Highway 60 in Paducah.
Why do more people choose Baptist Health for their hearts? It's because we put you at the center of everything we do. From our treatment innovations and skilled teams who deliver care that revolves around your unique needs, to a comprehensive approach that keeps us by your side at every step. This is heart care that helps you return to the things your life revolves around, because this is heart care centered on you. Learn more at baptisthealth.com/heartcare.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm that guy with all the bumper stickers. I'd rather be driving a golf ball, but I'm going to buy American-made products with my 5th grade honor student. And if you can read these stickers, you're driving too close. So when I brake for a dog, happens. So coexist with Allstate, where agents help keep you protected from mayhem. Like me.
Call Paducah Allstate agent Brendan Clifton today, subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
It's back on the Paducah Riverfront, now just a few blocks downstream. It's Barbecue on the River 2022, now through Saturday. Back live and all in one location. Now behind the flood wall, next to the Holiday Inn and the Paducah Boat Dock. Along with lots of your favorite barbecue teams, this year adds food trucks for even more delicious variety. Lots of live music on stage, a family fun zone, and more market days vendors on and off the river. Barbecue on the River 2022, now through Saturday. Details at beautifulpaducah.org. All
right, we got everything. We ready?
I think so. But, Mom, can I please have some gas money?
I have no cash on me, sorry.
Well, just Zoom it to me.
Did you get it?
Got it. Thank you.
With new features like Zoom Mobile Payment, Bill Pay, Mobile Deposit, and e-statements, the CFSB mobile app is more convenient than ever, and bankers' hours are redefined. Your life, your bank, CFSB. Member FDIC.
Doing it yourself? You need a few things from Kitmo.
I need wallpaper removers, wood floor finishers, pressure washers, dry wall lifts, material lifts, hole saws, jigsaws, sawhorses, air compressors, nail guns, staple guns, caulk guns, and and wet dry vacs.
Can you repeat that?
If you need it, chances are you can rent it at Kitmo, the only 100% locally owned equipment rental. They've been at it for 45 years. North 8th Street at the foot of the Brookport Bridge. You get Mo at Kitmo.
Mustangs lead the Eagles of Apollo 14-7 here at the half as we welcome you back to the Baird broadcast booth. If you're looking to roll over your 401k, open an IRA, maybe an investment account, or seeking financial advice, call my buddy Brent Hausman at Baird & Hausman Financial Group, 270-450-9900. As I said, McCracken leads 14-7 here at the half. Let's take a look at the first half stats. And with that, we welcome in Ivan Stevens.
Well, thanks, Eric. It's pretty even, actually, for team totals. Apollo has 29 plays for 143 offensive yards, 75 of that passing, 68 rushing. For McCracken, they also have 29 plays for 157 yards, 49 passing, 108 rushing individually. For Apollo, Christian Combs is 5 for 14 for 75 yards, 3 interceptions, and he's been sacked once. Receiving for Apollo, number 15, Eli Masterson has 4 catches for 68 yards, and Noah Rynerson has 1 catch for 75 yards. Rushing for Apollo, Dante Dixon has 5 catches for 41 yards and a touchdown. Niles Board has 2 carries for 31 yards. Noah Rynerson has 1 carry for 2 yards, and Christian Combs has 7 attempts for -6 yards. For McCracken, Pryor Lamb is 7 for 11 with 49 yards passing. Receiving, Jordan Bridges has 3 catches for 20 yards. Jonathan Venable has 2 catches for no yards. Gavin Crass has 1 catch for 33 yards. And Dylan Ruxer has 1 catch for -4. Rushing, Zeno Cornelius has 9 attempts for 71 yards and a touchdown. Pryor Lamb has 7 attempts for 33 yards. And Jonathan Venable has 2 carries for 4 yards.
And so that is the first half stats. Ivan, as always, thank you, my friend, and we'll talk to you in the post game.
Absolutely.
All right, that is Ivan Stevens joining us. When we come back, we will take a look at the Estes Chiropractic second half adjustments at the half. McCracken leads Apollo 14-7.
Hungry but still want a good deal? McDonald's is the place to go, so look no further. Get a sausage biscuit and a hash brown for just $2.50 to start your day the great way. And for lunch, you can choose between a McDouble, a McChicken, or a 4-piece chicken McNugget, all paired with an order of crispy fries for just $3. Now that's a delicious lunch deal. And don't forget, slushies have arrived at McDonald's. Your delicious cool treat for those hot summer days. And you can find it all at McDonald's.
All right, we got everything. We ready?
I think so. But, Mom, can I please have some gas money?
I have no cash on me. Sorry.
Well, just Zoom it to me.
Did you get it?
Got it. Thank you.
With new features like Zoom Mobile Payment, Bill Pay, Mobile Deposit, and e-statements, the CFSB mobile app is more convenient than ever, and bankers' hours are redefined. Your life, your bank, CFSB. Member FDIC.
When you need an attorney, there's lots to choose from. Shouldn't you pick a local firm with lawyers who've been here a long time? Part of this community, lawyers who know the prosecutors, the defense attorneys, and have a relationship with them. Things out-of-state lawyers call us to find out. We're friends and neighbors. We're in this together. We're the law firm of Edwards & Couts, and we're here 24/7. When you need an attorney, call 270-442-9000 around the clock. Edwards & Couts, your local law firm.
Doing it yourself? You need a few things from Kitmo.
I need wallpaper removers, wood floor finishes, pressure washers, dry wall lifts, material lifts, hole saws, jigsaws, sawhorses, air compressors, nail guns, staple guns, caulk guns, and wet dry vacs. bucks.
Can you repeat that? If you need it, chances are you can rent it at Kitmo, the only 100% locally owned equipment rental. They've been at it for 45 years. North 8th Street at the foot of the Brookport Bridge. You get Mo at Kitmo.
It's a tradition going back 50 years. Pizza out at Pizza Inn. It's more than just that with the Pizza Inn buffet. Thin crust, house pan, Italian-style pizzas, the biggest and best salad bar, the pasta bar, pepperoni twist, potato wedges, tots, soup, the Pizzert bar. Yeah, Pizzert. It's a pizza crust with dessert stuff on it. Topped with chocolate chip, strawberry, pineapple, Mississippi mud, Bavarian cream, birthday sprinkles, you name it, it's endless. Oh, leave room for ice cream at the Pizza Inn buffet. Open every day, 10:30 to 9 at Pizza Inn.
Here comes Seconds to Success.
Lies are all around us. What makes them easy to believe is when they're incorporated with some truth. One of the most successful lies is that some people don't have trouble. They don't have problems. When you get to a certain position, to a certain income, you're now beyond the reach of problems. What makes this lie appear true is that we see so many people that seem to have everything we want and appear so happy and problem-free. It's not true. No one is without problems. That is the truth. Some are better at coping with them. Some are just better at hiding them, but no one has escaped them. No one. The change you need is not one of escape, but a change of perspective. Your success is our goal.
This has been Seconds to Success with Jamie Futrell.
West Kentucky Star High School Football Pick'em Contest is back. How you pick winners is totally up to you.
Ooh, that Tillman blue, so pretty.
But Mayfield has a Hall of Fame coach.
The Rockets, blast off!
No. That Tiger Rush attack against that defense.
Okay, well, that team's third down conversion rate is 4th in the state.
Wait, what?
Pick games at westkentuckystar.com. Weekly prizes will be awarded, and one winner gets $250.
Brought to you by Patrick Furniture of Paducah and Air Pro Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
It's back on the Paducah Riverfront, now just a few blocks downstream. It's Barbecue on the River 2022, now through Saturday. Back live and all in one location. Now behind the flood wall, next to the Holiday Inn and the Paducah Boat Dock. Along with lots of your favorite barbecue teams, this year adds food trucks for even more delicious variety. Lots of live music on stage, a family fun zone, and more market days vendors on and off the river. Barbecue on the River 2022, now through Saturday. Details at beautifulpaducah.org.
Mustangs on top, 14-7 as we pick back up here at the half. As we welcome you back to the Baird broadcast booth. The Mustangs have really thrived this year on turnovers over the last few weeks, as the interceptions really starting to pile up for the Mustangs secondary. Jimmy Garrett.
Yeah, I think that's 6 interceptions last 2 games. I think is what that adds up to. So, you look at that McCracken County, like we were talking there at half off the airs. I think McCracken County may be at the top or one of the leading high schools in the state of Kentucky as far as interceptions are concerned, particularly an increase over the last 2 weeks. Jonathan Venables had one against Mayfield as well. So McCracken County's been on the plus side of this turnover, particularly in the last 3 games. If you take the Mayfield, Marshall in this game, McCracken County's doing a great job on the turnover margin, so it's a big plus.
As the band does a wonderful job on the field before us, the Mustangs in the locker room leading 14-7. When we come back, we will have the Estes Chiropractic second half adjustments when we return at the half. The Mustangs lead Apollo 14-7.
All right, we got everything. We ready?
I think so, but Mom, can I please have some gas money?
I have no cash on me, sorry.
Well, just Zoom it to me.
Did you get it?
Got it, thank you.
With new features like Zoom mobile payment, bill pay, mobile deposit, and e-statements, the CFSB mobile app is more convenient than ever, and bankers' hours are redefined. Your life, your bank, CFSB. Member FDIC.
It's football season, and no matter who you're rooting for this weekend, Mr. Cool is here to provide innovative HVAC solutions for your home or small business. With our famous patented DIY line or our brand new central ducted system, we help keep America cool in the summer and nice and cozy in the winter, all from right here in your community. So if the ref has you hot or quarterback play has you cold, visit MrCool.com and find out more about our innovative HVAC solutions. Mr. Cool, comfort made simple.
Hey, it's me, your car. Don't get me wrong, the washing is great. Love the big rolly brushes. But here's the thing. I'm getting hammered out here. The sun beats on me all day. Bugs, bugs, bugs! Rocks, tar, bird droppings. I'll be losing my youthful glow before you can say Western Kentucky window tinting. They can give me a ceramic coating and their XPEL brand paint protection film to keep me slick and shiny. Some leather seats would be nice too. Upgrade me, daddy, at Western Kentucky window tinting in Paducah and Murray.
It's time to blow the whistle on low interest rates, mandatory fees, and limited ATM networks. Time for a new game plan. FNB's Your Start Checking and Savings Bundle will lead you to victory. Earn our premium interest rate of 1.55% APY on your first $15,000. Plus, enjoy nationwide ATM access and mobile deposits. We invite you to apply online at growwithfnb.com or stop by your nearest FNB office to get your start today. APY is annual percentage yield. Standard rate of 0.05% APY will apply to balances over $15,000. See bank for terms and conditions. FNB Bank, member FDIC.
Craig Culver on Culver's Salted Caramel Concrete Mixers.
Summer just isn't complete without this treat. We take our frozen custard and add salted caramel. Then pick your favorite mix in. Cookie dough, brownie pieces, or how about Reese's Peanut Butter Cup? We spin it by hand. I love seeing that caramel swirl through the custard. There it is. Come on in for the Culver's Salted Caramel Concrete Mixer. Welcome to Delicious.
Stop in at Culver's on Highway 60 in Paducah.
We all have dreams, and at Seaplant Federal Credit Union, we can help make yours a reality. Whether it's your dream vacation, your dream home, or your dream home away from home, Seaplant will walk you through the process from application to closing. Call or visit any of our 9 local Seaplant branches and learn how you can enjoy all our member benefits and finance your dream. So don't wait. Get dreaming with Seaplant today.
Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
You know what it's like when you go to a new restaurant and then people ask you, what did you have? And you give a recommendation. Well, prepare to have a lengthy conversation if someone asks you that question about the Farm Restaurant in La Center. Everything they have is absolutely delicious. From salmon, shrimp, pork chops, steak, real burgers with quality meat, chicken salad so good your grandma will claim she made it herself. And don't forget dessert. The bar is open too. It's not too far to get great food at the farm. Hey, it's me, your car. Don't get me wrong, the washing is great. Love the big rolly brushes. But here's the thing. I'm getting hammered out here. The sun beats on me all day. Bugs, bugs, bugs! Rocks, tar, bird droppings. I'll be losing my youthful glow before you can say Western Kentucky window tinting. They can give me a ceramic coating and their XPEL brand paint protection film to keep me slick and shiny. Some leather seats would be nice too. Upgrade me, daddy, at Western Kentucky window tinting in Paducah and Murray.
Welcome back to the Bears broadcast booth. The Mustangs up 14-7 here at the half. As I look at the Sailor Connection text hotline tonight, I want to give a shout out to Brandon Alexander listening in tonight. Good to hear from you, Brandon Alexander. As always, that's brought to you by the Sailor Connection, your locally owned Verizon Wireless retailer, Lone Oak Road in Paducah. As we take a look at the Estes Chiropractic second half adjustments. When you need that back adjustment, go see the Back Brothers, Kevin and Kelly Estes of Estes Chiropractic. They will get you in, adjusted, and out, feeling better than ever in no time at all. The Back Brothers, Kevin and Kelly Estes of Estes Chiropractic, Central Avenue in Paducah. As McCracken County looks at this second half, Jimmy, what do you look for the Mustangs on some adjustments?
Well, I think the first thing, Eric, and we want to talk about it, you mentioned it a couple times tonight in the first half, 3 big unsportsmanlike and personal fouls last week, 2 tonight. One that stymied a drive. McCracken County had a great offensive drive going and picked up 7 or 8 yards on a rushing play, and an offensive lineman got a little extracurricular activity there. And it went from 2nd down and 4 to 2nd down and 24. And so I think the situation is in the same situation here. McCracken County had Apollo on 2nd or 3rd and long. Quarterback was every bit of 7 yards out of bounds when one of the guys in the secondary tackled him. So when you look at that, those are costly penalties. And you and I started at the very beginning of the season talking with Coach Smith about turning around that habit McCracken County had in previous seasons of a lot of penalties. And we saw a lot of penalties last week, as you talked about in the pregame. So I think it's got to start right here tonight. It's got to start in the second half. It's a close ball game, and that type of call, an unsportsmanlike penalty or personal foul, is going to be costly in the second half in a 14-7 game. So that's the first thing. I think the second thing, and I want to continue to talk about from a defensive standpoint, is McCracken County all season long has played solid defense on 1st and 2nd down. And it's that 3rd down letdown that's really hurt McCracken County and allowed their opponents to pick up 3rd down and long, in many cases, 1st downs. And looking at the stats tonight, on 3rd and 4th down, they've picked up 3 of their 8 first downs. And so I think for McCracken County, continue to play good on 1st and 2nd, but where the adjustment comes, you've got to play that same hard-nosed defense on 3rd and 4th down.
As that is your Estes Chiropractic second half adjustments. When you need that back adjustment, go see the Back Brothers, Kevin and Kelly Estes of Estes Chiropractic. They will get you in and adjusted and out, feeling better than ever in no time at all. That is the Back Brothers, Kevin and Kelly Estes of Estes Chiropractic, Central Avenue in Paducah. As we are almost set for the second half, it is going to be McCracken County starting with the football, my friend, and a chance, 4th time, to go up 2 scores. Time to cash in for the Mustangs.
Yeah, they need to cash in. I think, Eric, the key is, like we were talking about, turnovers. We're talking about costly penalties. This is a close ball game, and that's where any type of mistake in this second half is going to swing this ball game one way or the other for the Mustangs and for the Eagles. So tonight in this second half, I'm sure Coach Smith talks about, they've got to play error-free football in this second half to keep the 7-point lead and walk it out here with the victory tonight. So hopefully Coach Smith's had a good talk with these young men during halftime of not making those costly penalties, and on the other side of the ball continue to play good defense and keep Apollo out of the end zone and win the turnover game. We've got to win this turnover game in the second half as well.
And so Apollo will kick off to the Mustangs. McCracken County will be going left to right across your radio dial. Again, a reminder, this game is on YouTube tonight. I've tweeted out the link, put it on Facebook as well. So if you want to watch live, you can, as that is on YouTube, courtesy of the McCracken County media team, the student-ran department, under the direction of Christy Griffith and Mark Madison. They do a wonderful job every week. So we're about ready for the second half. Apollo to kick. As they move towards football, kicks an end-over-end kick and be returned, actually bounce at the 15 and return from the 13, 20, 25, and across the 25, 30, out to about the 35. Nice job by Venable, and a first down for the Mustangs.
Good starting field there. One of the things is, Eric, we've seen Jonathan Venable return a lot of kickoffs this year. He runs it straight upfield, does an excellent job. He did a good job there. And McCracken County starting at 35. Good, solid field position for the opening drive in the second half.
So first down for the Mustangs, leading 14-7 as we start this second half. Pryor Lamb will have Zeno Cornelius with him in the backfield. Hunter Smith as well at fullback. Snap, Cornelius, as he goes across the 35, out to about the 40, gain of about 5, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, Eric, I like Zeno Cornelius running up right up the middle, inside the tackles for certain. I mean, one of the things is that we don't give enough shout-outs to during the game, and certainly in these first 6 games. That offensive line has played solid inside and given both Pryor, Zeno, Dylan Ruxer this year plenty of running room, really inside the ends, inside the tackles, so to speak, and they continue to do a good job here tonight.
Second down and 5. Snap, quick throw towards the flat. It is caught as Bridges across the 40. Near the first down marker, gets it and goes across the 45 to the 46. There's a flag in the secondary and not certain. I was not looking that area, only saw it out of my peripheral. Want to give a shout out to Becky Wellington and Allie Hutchins listening while driving home from John Kropp Stadium in Lexington. It's a place that Allie has played at quite a bit before and played well.
Eric, that was a wide receiver had a holding penalty there in the secondary, like you mentioned, where the penalty. So costly start there because Jordan Bridges had picked up the first down plus a few. Now you're back to 2nd and 9.
Want to give a shout out to Hadley Clifton listening in tonight, as well as Brendan Clifton. You've heard me say his name several times today with the soccer game, the Good Hands Play of the Game, as well as the insurance for success for tonight's football game. Good to hear from you all as well. Those shout outs brought to you by the Cellular Connection, Lone Oak Road in Paducah. 2nd and 9. Hand off to Cornelius, straight forward across the 40 to about the 41. That'll make it 3rd and about 4.
So, Eric, they got back to right about the original line of scrimmage after first down. So there's an opportunity for them that hopefully that holding penalty doesn't set this drive back here at the start of the second half.
3rd and about 3, let's call it. For the Mustangs on their own 42. McCracken leading 14-7. So Pryor, 3 wideouts to the left, empty to the right. Snap. Cornelius straight up the middle. First down, 45. Cuts it up left side at the 50. Now towards the left sideline. He's got an alley. He's across the 30 and knocked out of bounds inside the 20. As a late flag, I think, on the far side. We will see.
Eric, that looks like it might be a late hit by Apollo there.
That was my initial
right
guess.
where Zeno run out of bounds is where the flag was thrown. Just to give a good review of that run there by Zeno. Zeno went off tackle again. He was staying inside the tackle, made a nice cut there in the middle of the field and got out to the outside left and really picked up that yardage on his own. So the line gave him a good hole over there on the left side, and Zeno did the rest of the work.
It was actually a flag that fell out of a pocket, I believe, because I saw the ref go and pick it up and put it back. And usually if they pick it up, they make a signal for it. So I think it just fell out. First down and 10 inside the red zone at the 18 for McCracken County. Lamb hands off. That is towards Ruxer across the 15 to the 14. Nice, powerful run of about 5, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, that's only the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen Dylan in the backfield tonight, Eric, but he continues, as he has all season, to pick up positive yards. So another 2nd down and 5. So McCracken County continues this methodical drive down the field and keeps themselves in short downs for first downs.
As we say that, there is a false start called on McCracken County. So I'm assuming that erases the 5-yard, or was it?
It did, Eric.
It did erase.
Brought it back to original line of scrimmage there, so it's 2nd and 10.
As the officials chatting it over for a moment.
So one thing, Eric, interesting about that false start call there, I didn't actually see McCracken County's offense get set before that penalty was called.
Yeah, I'm not certain if it was a delayed penalty call on the previous set. I am merely speculating, and it is first down. So it was from the previous play, which means they are going to mark it off from the original line of scrimmage to make it 1st and 15. That makes more sense.
Yeah, that does, because they're on that second down. I didn't see the offense ever get set.
Correct.
For them to have a false start, and that's why it kind of threw me off there when you called out that flag.
So that makes it 1st and 15 for the Mustangs on the Apollo 24. Snap. It is going to be a toss to Venable. Looking to go off right side. Gets across the 20 and about to the 18. Going to get it back to the original line of scrimmage +1, I think. That'll make it 2nd and 9.
So, Eric, this is critical right here. This is the second time in the last 2 series McCracken County's been inside the red zone. So getting points on this particular drive. They let those points go last time there right at the end of the half when they were down on a 3 or 4. So these next 2 downs are critical for McCracken County to keep this drive alive inside the red zone.
9 minutes in this third quarter. The Mustangs up 14-7. Venable in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Ruxer. Goes across the 15, 10, inside the 10, down to the 5.
Eric, we've got to give credit to the right-hand side of that line. That was a huge hole that Dylan had to run through there. I think you or I could have run through that hole.
Let's not push it. That makes it 1st and goal from the 5 for McCracken County. A nice methodical drive overcoming a penalty. And now a chance to punch it in for a 2-score lead. Is Esley Cornelius in the backfield. And off to Cornelius across the 5. Barrels his way towards the 2.
Eric, that was a nice run by Esley Cornelius. He was hit right at the line of scrimmage. All 3 yards of that was just pure strength that he brings to the backfield.
Quick formation now for the Mustangs. Quarterback keeper. Does Lamb get in? He does not. 2nd and goal, or 3rd and goal. From, I believe, the 1. So the Mustangs thought about lining up quickly, but we'll see if they do. As they will run up to the line quickly. And quarterback keeper, did he get in? He did not. It's 4th and goal from the half-inch line.
I think, Eric, that referee over on our side, he marked him down. Looked like as Pryor was pushing forward, he put his right knee down on the field. That immediately, wherever that ball was at that time, stopped that play. So it was sort of unfortunate that Pryor put his knee down there as he was pushing forward on the pile.
I like giving it to Esley, I think, here. See if you can.
Pushing him, and you're down on 1 foot line.
As the Mustangs come to the line. Snap, they give it to Esley. Straight forward, touchdown Mustangs.
Eric, that was a great drive. That's exactly what we talked about at halftime. McCracken County needed to come out here, have a good drive after the kickoff. Now they've got a 2-touchdown lead following this extra point. So this is the start McCracken County needed in the second half.
A wonderful drive for the Mustangs, marching downfield. And now lead 20-7. Sebastian Hutchins, the extra point is up, and it is no good. 6:49 left in this third quarter. The Mustangs lead 20-7. And you said it, a great drive for the Mustangs. Methodical, I think, is a good word for it.
It was, Eric. I think it was a good mix here, mainly running from that standpoint. It'd be interesting to see. I might jump over here and look at those second half stats for this first drive. Mainly running plays brought that ball down the field, but other than that one false start penalty, an error-free drive from McCracken County opening up the half. I think one other thing that's important to note in this game that's going a little bit back and forth and the score being close, McCracken County took 5 minutes and 10 seconds off the board, so already into this third quarter, we're already almost halfway through, and Apollo's not got an offensive play from the line of scrimmage.
And so McCracken County that ever so elusive 2-score lead they were trying to get in the first half. 3 consecutive attempts at it. Couldn't quite do it. Nice to see them right out of the gates do that here in the second half.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that's important, it's just a good demonstration of Coach Smith and his staff. They've made good adjustments during the halftime, come out here, putting another score on the board. They had a good drive there and let those points get away from them at the end of the first half. So great start. It'll be interesting. Here we are on the kickoff again. It'll be interesting to see what type of kickoff Coach Smith calls here for Sebastian to kick.
Mustangs almost pulled off an onside kick after going up 14-7, almost executed perfectly. It is a mid-range kick. Is catch made at the 32 and falls right there. First down for Apollo. 20-7, excuse me. That is also the score of Henderson County leading Paducah Tillman, as that is early in the third quarter.
So, Eric, one thing I'm interested here to see in the second half as well is, you know, the Apollo coach didn't call a lot on Christian Holmes to run the ball in that first half. And 2 times when he ran the ball, there was holding penalties. So it'll be interesting to see if he uses Christian Holmes a little bit more from the running standpoint than the passing standpoint in the second half.
First down and 10 for Apollo. Snap. It's going to be a keeper. No, I'm sorry, handoff off to the right side. Esley Cornelius making the tackle. Really not much there. As that will be a no gainer, maybe a half yard. Second, let's call it 9.
Yeah, that was well played by McCracken County's defense. And Noah Nyberg was on that outside corner, too, and really cut him off, pushed him back inside. Esley was there on the corner, so that was a good good tackle by Esley, good field position play by Noah Nyberg.
Second and 9. Man in motion, snap, dropping back, quick throw to the flat as Apollo had it nearly hit at the line. It's across the 30 to the 35, out to about the 39, as it was a throw to the flat in the backfield. Looked like McCracken may make that bottled up in the backfield. It's going to be a gain of about 6, second and 4.
Yeah, that was well played. You're right, Eric. They had him up the line of scrimmage. I thought that was going to be a no-gainer for a moment there. And Dixon slipped a tackle there. But the good thing was there was 3 or 4 other McCracken County guys over there on that outside. So overall, if you take the right-hand side of the defense, they played that screen pass well.
And some confusion. Now McCracken settled defensively. It's going to be Christian Combs keeping it. And right there is Esley Cornelius for McCracken County. A gain of about a yard, but not much else.
Yeah, that's 2 tackles. If you take the 3 plays in this particular drive for Apollo, 2 nice tackles by Esley Cornelius. That was another great stop for him. I'm sure Christian Combs doesn't like running into Esley Cornelius and his size and strength, so another great play. Looks like, Eric, there's a little confusion on Apollo. It looks like for a moment they were going to punt, then it looks like they might play offense.
Here we go. It's going to be a big play call here from Apollo. 4th and 2 from their own 41, and they're going for it. Big potential momentum swing here. So 4th and 2. And there's confusion, and I think false start for Apollo. It's going to make that decision that was quite risky to begin with very obvious.
Yeah, Eric, I'm surprised Apollo's coaches were going to take that risk. I mean, that's a long 2. That wasn't a short 2. That was a long 2. You're on your own 41-yard line. You would have given McCracken County great field position. So I'm not sure quite what Apollo's coach was thinking there. I mean, a lot of time left here, 4 minutes and 25 seconds in the third quarter, all of the fourth. You're only down 13 points. Surprised that he thought that was a good position to go for it.
And so it is going to be a punting situation now. Back deep for McCracken County is Jonathan Venable. 4th and 7 for the Eagles on their own 36. But the Mustangs up 20-7, 4:25 third quarter. It's a bobbled Snap, and Venable runs up on it. Full head of steam, 40, 50, and knocked out of bounds at the 47. That was a great start by Venable with the run to make the catch. And a late flag coming back from the official on the far side of the field. And I have no earthly idea what the call was on this, as it was nowhere near my vision or line of sight. Personal foul on McCracken County.
Eric, that hurts. We talked about that at halftime. You talked about it. That's the third one this game, same as we had against Marshall. So Venables made a great punt return, brought it up to what, about the 46 of Apollo. Yeah. So you had great field position, and now you're starting back on your own side of the field.
Yeah, the personal foul penalties continue to start to add up. That's another week of almost 50 yards in personal foul penalties alone. And that's something that drives just Coach Jonathan Smith insane.
Yeah, it's got to drive Coach insane. He's got to be talking to the boys about that.
1st and 10. As that is now on McCracken's own 36. As it's going to be a toss towards Crass, going off in, 40, 45, big hole, 50, 40, down the left sideline he goes, knocked out of bounds just outside the 20.
That was a great play by Gavin Crass. You know, we've looked all season. Coach Smith talks highly about him when we have our coaches show on Wednesday, and talks about the speed of Gavin Crass. It's one of the first times this year we've seen him really have a breakout run, but once he got around that corner, you could see his speed.
And so that puts the Mustangs knocking on the door of the red zone. Just outside it at the 21. 20-7, the Mustangs on top, 4:06 in the third. Lamb, quick throw towards the right. It is caught as about the 25 to the 22. A late flag comes in. It was caught by Kinlan Thomas, And then a late flag towards the end of the play. Personal foul. Face mask on Apollo. That's a wonderful penalty for the Mustangs. That puts it inside the red zone to the 11.
Yeah, Eric, that's really one of the first real penalties against Apollo tonight. They've had, I think, a couple penalties in that first half. I'll have to ask Ivan, but as far as I recall, I think that's the first major penalty they've had all game.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs from the Apollo 11, leading 20-7. Three wideouts to the left, two in the backfield. It is going to be a handoff straight up the middle. Zeno inside the 5, trying to get a little further, but knocked down at the 5. Gain of 6. 2nd and 4.
Bring up 2nd down for the Mustangs.
Eric, McCracken County's chewing down the clock as well. We're almost down to the 3-minute mark. If you think about it, so far in this second half, there's 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this third quarter, and Apollo's run 3 offensive plays.
That's true. Good point. 2nd and 4 from the 6. Pryor directing traffic. Gets the snap. It is Zeno going off in, looking for some room, trying to carry a man towards the end zone. He's down at the 1, which is good enough probably for a first down. That's wonderful. A new set of downs at the 1.
Yeah.
And so first down and goal for McCracken County. 3 minutes exactly left in the third. 20-7. The Mustangs on top. As McCracken breaks huddle. Sends Hunter Smith in motion. He gives it to Zeno. Straight up the middle into the end zone for the touchdown. Zeno Cornelius from 1 yard out and some extracurriculars after the fact. And there's going to be penalties on both sides.
Yeah, Eric, that's that extracurricular activity there is getting a little bit out of hand. I don't know if you noticed it there, but it appeared to be a player from Apollo actually bumped into one of the referees. It'll be interesting to see exactly how the referees sort out more than one flag on that play and what the outcome of that is.
And so they will meet at the 3-yard line, the officials will, to discuss the multiple penalties. So it is a touchdown. Personal foul, Apollo. Personal foul, McCracken. And so we will resume per usual after the offsetting penalties. And so the Mustangs will now kick the extra point. With current lead 26-7, trying to tack on as the Apollo head coach was wanting a further clarification and maybe actually just adding his input on what he felt the call should be or was. Snaps high, holds good, kick is up, and it is good. 2:36 in the third quarter. The Mustangs extend the lead to 20, 27-7. And a nice answer once again by the Mustangs this half, Jimmy Garrett.
Yeah, Coach Smith's got to be happy. They played good so far the second half, particularly offensively. You know, I think one of the things is you talk about that's the fourth personal foul, unsportsmanlike, 7th now in 2 games. So Coach Smith's going to have to get after these guys on these unsportsman and personal foul type penalties. You know, you were mentioning that the Apollo coach was out there. He's still out there on the field, Eric, at the moment, having a discussion with the referees. I think he should really walk away and feel fortunate. One of his players actually made physical contact with the referee there at the goal line. Sometimes that can get you ejected from the game. So he's fortunate that he didn't lose a defensive lineman there during that extracurricular activity after that touchdown.
27-7 now, the Mustangs by 20. A really strong third quarter, both sides by the Mustangs. After a little bit of a shaky second quarter. So that is just great to watch. The Mustangs responding to some adversity and playing well to stretch the lead to 20.
Eric, one shout out I want to give here that Ivan shared with us. For Zeno so far tonight, he's having an excellent game. He's got 15 carries for 132 yards.
That's great.
And two touchdowns.
And so it's a short end-over-end kick. Fair catch being called for at the 37 and made. First down for Apollo. And so the Eagles take over first down on their own. Let's call it the 30. I think the 39 it is. It's good to have Julian Mitchell back with us in the press box tonight alongside David Dodd. Jimmy Garrett and myself, thank you for joining us tonight here in the Baird broadcast booth. Apollo takes over first down and 10 on their own 39, trailing McCracken 27-7. Combs rolling out to the right. Now rolling back up the middle, looking to make something of it. He might across the 40, out to about the 45 and brought down there.
Yeah, Eric, that was the first real run play by Christian Combs tonight that's not coming back for a holding penalty, and certainly saw his ability there. Chase Dassing, I thought he had him dead to rights there in the backfield. He made a nice move inside Chase and got past him, and then actually got past 3 or 4 other defensive players. So, you know, one of the things I wondered about coming out of half was that would Apollo start using Christian Combs' legs more than his passing arm, and it looks like that might be what the coach is going to tonight in the second half.
Second down and 3 for Apollo. It's a toss towards the right. as it gets across the line of scrimmage and the first down marker across the 50 out to the 47 as the ball carried for Apollo by Niles Board. First down for the Eagles now in McCracken territory. Tillman leads Henderson County. No, I'm sorry, Henderson County leads Tillman 20-7. Christian County leads Murray 21-20. That is at the end of the third. And so is going to be a handoff to Board as he goes off tackle across the 45, 40, and brought down around the 39.
Eric, that was a nice open field tackle by Owen Black. He came up out of that outside linebacker position, make a nice outside, or nice open field tackle there. Got to give credit to Apollo. They did a good job sealing off the end, and Niles Board had a wide open left-hand side of the field there to pick up those 8 yards.
2nd and 2. As dropping back to pass, Combs now rolls to his right. Nice pass to the 35, 30, cuts up at the 20 and brought down around the 16. So that'll make it first down and 10 inside the 20 to the 15. First down inside the 20 at the 15. As it's going to be handoff to Board. Cuts it up at the 15, inside the 15 to the 10. Stays on his feet and goes down to the 5. That was wonderful running by Mr. Board.
Yeah, we've got to give him credit, Eric. I think overall he probably broke 2 or 3 McCracken County tackles there to pick up that first down. So credit goes to Board there, and certainly Coach will be focused on the fact that McCracken County's missing some tackles in this drive. This is the first drive we've seen in really 2 games where McCracken County's defense is missing some tackles.
And so that'll do it for the third quarter. After 3 quarters of play, the Mustangs lead Apollo 27-7.
It's football season, and no matter who you're rooting for this weekend, Mr. Cool is here to provide innovative HVAC solutions for your home or small business. With our famous patented DIY line or our brand new central ducted system, we help keep America cool in the summer and nice and cozy in the winter, all from right here in your community. So if the ref has you hot or quarterback play has you cold, visit MrCool.com and find out more about our innovative HVAC solutions. Mr. Cool, comfort made simple.
We all have dreams, and at Seaplant Federal Credit Union, we can help make yours a reality. Whether it's your dream vacation, your dream home, or your dream home away from home, Seaplant will walk you through the process from application to closing. Call or visit any of our 9 local Seaplant branches and learn how you can enjoy all our member benefits and finance your dream. So don't wait. Get dreaming with Seaplant today.
Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Rudy's Farm Center is your locally owned farm, industrial, and hardware store in Keppel. Now, the Rudy family is proud to be a part of Mustang Nation. Why don't you come out and enjoy a bag of the famous popcorn? It's just 10 minutes from the school campus out on Highway 60. While you're there, take a good look at the selection of Traeger wood pellet grills, a great addition for your tailgate party. At Rudy's Farm Center, down Highway 60 in Keppel.
Back here in the Baird broadcast booth, the Mustangs on top 27-7 as we pick up in this fourth quarter. Apollo driving deep down in McCracken territory. As it's going to be a handoff to the back, inside the 5 down towards the 4. As that'll be good enough for a first down for Apollo. First and goal at the 4. 11:52 left in this quarter, left in this game, let's call it that.
Yep.
This is a big drive for Apollo.
It is. For Apollo to have a chance this game, they're going to have to punch this in. They got a new set of downs inside the 5, so they got 4 opportunities to punch this in.
First and goal at the 4. Mustangs up 20, 27-7. Combs rolling to his right as Bradley had a beat on him and tackles him in the backfield for a short loss. Can't say enough about the job of Jack Bradley.
No, he had a great first quarter. Been a little quiet since that first quarter, but we got to give him the credit. Christian Combs, though he doesn't look quick, Eric, he certainly is, and he's got some good moves. He's done a great job tonight making some good cuts on McCracken County's defenders. Looked like for a second he was going to get around Jack, but Jack did a great job holding on to him, and looks like he actually lost 2 yards.
2nd and goal from the 5. Combs hands it to Board. Board cuts it up inside the 5 into the end zone. He scampers for the 5-yard touchdown.
You got to give credit to Niles Board there, Eric. That was a nice cutback. The McCracken County defenders had that outside corner cut off, really weren't giving him that outside run, and he did a nice job cutting back inside, squaring up on the line of scrimmage and just moving that ball into the end zone.
And so, 5-yard touchdown run to cut the lead essentially in half as the extra point is good. 10:51 left in the game. That makes it 27-14. Mustangs on top. And by no means are we anywhere near the onside kick territory at the least, but but Apollo is definitely to the point where they need some stops on McCracken County. For the Mustangs, another nice methodical drive like you've done this second half. Quite the recipe to end that threat.
I think so. I think one of the things, there's a couple things here, Eric, that will concern me here in this fourth quarter. One is it's 27-14. We missed that extra point, so that always can be critical in a game that's close. So that's a little bit of a concern that we don't have 28. We've only got 27 on the board. I think the other thing that we need to keep in mind here in this last 10 minutes and 51 seconds of this fourth quarter is, I'm going to assume, without asking Ivan, but just you and I guessing, Apollo scored that drive in about, it was about a 2-minute drive from Apollo's standpoint. So they put that score on the board quickly. So with 10 minutes and 51 seconds left, at that kind of pace, it wouldn't be surprising to see Apollo put a couple more touchdowns on the board. So McCracken County, the best way to offset that is to get a methodical drive going like you're talking about, consume 5, 6, 7 minutes of time, put a little bit more spread on the board, get up in the 30s, up to that 34 mark, and then you can feel a little more comfortable in the second half of this fourth quarter.
And so, it will be Apollo to kick off. As it's end over end, and it's returned at the 20. 15, 30, cuts it up 35, 40, 45. Nice return for McCracken County all the way out to the 45-yard line by Davion Dunbar.
Yeah, that was nice. You know, he's another guy that's on McCracken County special teams that's got a lot of quickness. He caught that ball on the run, and so he returned at about 25 yards and has given McCracken County good field position at the 40, looks like, Eric, the 43-yard line. So McCracken County's got good starting field position on this drive, and like you mentioned a moment ago, they just need to get a nice clock, time-consuming drive going here to make sure they walk away with the win tonight.
First down and 10 for the Mustangs on their own 43. Snap, it is a toss. As Venable has a hole across the 45, 50, cuts it up inside the sideline to the 45, maybe the 44. First down for the Mustangs into Apollo territory.
Yeah, nice run by Jonathan. He got that outside corner. It was a nice block there. Give credit to the wide receiver. I didn't see the number from McCracken County over here on this left-hand side of the field. He did a nice job sealing that off for Jonathan and giving him plenty of running room outside the hash over here on the left-hand side of the field.
First down and 10. As the Mustangs break huddle. As it is going to be a handoff to Ruxer across the 45 out to about the 40. Gain of about 4, maybe 5, depending on the spot. Probably 4, 2nd and 6. Out to the 40. 27-14, the Mustangs on top. 10.5 minutes left in this contest.
Coach Smith continues to call his running game, whether Zeno's in there or whether Dylan's in there. He continues to call his running plays just off tackle there. And one of the things is that, these offensive linemen, they don't always get all the credit for all the offensive yards, but they're doing a great job tonight, winning the line of scrimmage and allowing Zeno and Dylan both to pick up 4 or 5 yards of run on just off tackle.
Snap. It is going to be a handoff. That's to Ruxer as he cuts it across the 40 to the 39. That'll make it 3rd and about 5. 9:40 and counting. The Mustangs on top, 27-14.
Eric, this is a critical down from McCracken County. They need a first down to keep this drive going, returning the ball back to Apollo at this point in time in the game. But like you said, a little under 9 minutes and 30 seconds, I think it could be a little closer ball game than we're looking at the moment.
It is a toss to Ruxer, going across the 40, 35, spins across the 30, down the right sideline. He's brought out of bounds inside the 20.
Number 18, Dylan Ruxer on the carry.
Eric, another flag on the play.
That is good enough for another
And this
Mustang.
after the play.
Touchdown.
So we will see. Personal foul against Apollo. So that'll aid what was already a very nice run for McCracken County even more.
Yeah, and Dylan did that run on his own, Eric. It looked like there at first. I didn't think he was going to pick up the first down. He did a nice job, did an excellent spin move there, kept his balance and picked up another 10 or 12 yards after he did that spin move.
And so, first down and goal from the 10. Snap. It is going to be Cornelius bouncing across the 10 down to the 7.
Number 25, Zeno Cornelius on the carry. Tackle by number 54, Caden Howard. Second down, Mustangs.
Second down. And goal from the 9. As McCracken breaks snap, throws left side to Crass inside the 10, cuts it up back towards the right. He's got room across the 10, across the 5, touchdown Mustangs as Gavin Crass.
Eric, we were talking earlier when he had that big run that Coach Smith talks about his speed and athletic ability. So far in his first 5 games, we've not seen a lot of that athletic ability from Gavin Crass. Tonight, that's the second play in this second half that Gavin Crass has really had an excellent run.
False start on the Mustangs, so and so that will not count.
Eric, that's the second time tonight we've had a false start, but they let the play go ahead and go through the full run. Normally when you have a false start, they'll blow the whistle and stop the play. That's the second time tonight they've let the play go ahead and run it a full course and then afterwards called a false start.
And so that now moves McCracken County back to the 13 with 7:50 left. It is going to be a toss towards the left side as Zeno gets inside the 12 to about the 11.
Cornelius on the carry.
That'll make it 3rd and goal from the 11.
Eric, it was unfortunate that touchdown came off the board there, but one of the things that has allowed to happen is McCracken County's consuming a lot of clock.
That's right. They have that for sure. So we now have 7 minutes left, 27-14, the Mustangs on top. Hunter Smith in motion. It is going to be Cornelius. Straight up the middle, inside the 5, down to about the 3. That'll make it 4th and goal from the 3, but there is a flag in the backfield. In this drive, is moving backwards.
And another false
It's a
start
legal
formation
on McCracken County. And so that will move it back a bit more. Instead of 4th and goal from the 3, it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 14. Or 16, I'm sorry.
Yep, 16, Eric. I think they're at the 16. I think one of the things is McCracken County's hurting themselves in this drive inside the red zone.
Snap. It's going to be a throw over the middle. Wide open is Bridges. Touchdown Mustangs.
Eric, that was a great call on Coach Smith's part. I think Apollo was anticipating the run. McCracken County's been primarily running the ball in this series of downs. I think Apollo had at least 7 guys up in the box, maybe 8 or 9. Didn't anticipate McCracken County throwing a pass.
That's right. Great play call all around. As the extra point is up, it is good. 6:42 left in the game. The Mustangs take a 34-14 lead. And a great job by the Mustangs, a methodical drive just like we were talking about.
Just like you were talking about, methodical drive. It looks like we took about 4 minutes and 10 seconds off the board. A couple penalties there, a little bit of a setback. But interesting enough, it gave McCracken County 2 or 3 additional plays in that drive, and it just ate down the clock further. So now Apollo's standing at really down 3 scores and about a half a quarter left. So that helped out tremendously to make it a little bit more comfortable going into the second half of this 4th quarter.
So the Mustangs lead by 20. 34-14. Davis County defeats Marshall County 57-0. That is where we will be a week from right now in Davis County High School. Join Jimmy, Ivan, and myself from the friendly confines of Davis County High School next Friday night.
Yes. Eric, I think it's one of your most welcome places
That's right.
that you go to. I always get a chuckle out of going over there to Davis County. You sometimes they don't necessarily lay out the red carpet for you when you arrive over there.
No, we've at least maintained in my 9 years staying in the press box. That's a good start.
Yeah, it is.
As it'll be McCracken to kick off. And Sebastian Hutchins will do the honors. Trigg County leads Fulton County 55-34. We'll look for more in just a moment. As it kicks in over in, it's going to be returned 30-35 and brought down around the 36.
So, Eric, let's hope McCracken County's played great defense all game long. Kept Apollo down to 14 points. Hopefully they can have a strong series here. I think it would be critical here for the defense to have one more strong series tonight. I think that leads into the next ball game and continues this momentum they've had really since all the way back in the Mayfield game defensively.
First down and 10. As snap, dropping back is Combs, looking to air it out. He will over the middle of the field. It's picked off once again. This time picked off by Hunter Anderson. Across the 50, he's brought down at the 47. Another pick for the Mustangs.
Noah Nyberg.
I'm sorry.
That's his second pick tonight.
It was Nyberg. I'm sorry. I was looking at Apollo's roster quickly. Nyberg with his second, but there is a flag this well after the interception, so it will stand. It's just a matter of where the ball will be spotted. It will be personal foul on McCracken, and so that will move it back a bit, but regardless, the Mustangs have the football. This was not after the play. This was in the midst of the play.
Wow, was a cracked back ball. Yeah.
And so it will be McCracken back at its own 31, which Mustangs just happy to get the football.
Yeah.
Thank you to Noah Nyberg.
Another turnover.
So first down for the Mustangs on their own 30. As it is going to be a handoff to Zeno going off end across the 30 to the 34, and the clock continues to run. Gain of about 3.
So, Eric, you're talking here from McCracken County can just keep this drive going. Apollo may not get the ball back for the rest of the evening.
That's right. That's what the Mustangs are trying to accomplish. They want to end the game with the football here, leading 34-14, 5:40 left. It's going to be Ruxer. Trying to go up the middle, not much there. Then trying to spring to the outside, but well covered by Apollo. Going to make it 4th and long, as that was a loss of about 3, maybe 2.
Third down for McCracken County.
So, Eric, that loss, I think, makes it about 3rd and 9.
Spring for a pass here.
Yeah, you know, that was a nice call down there for that touchdown. That was an excellent call on Coach Smith's part because Apollo was in that run defense, and he called that quick pass to Jordan. This would be another good opportunity to do it right here.
3rd down and 9. As Ruxer straight up the middle, 35 out to about the 40. That'll be just short of, well, it's a great spot. It may be good enough, depending on the spot. Regardless,
they're going to give it to him.
I think you're right. It was 4th and inches. I was going to say regardless, I think you just sneak it, but it is a first down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and with that first down there, the chance of Apollo getting the ball back is running slim as we just hit the 4-minute and 30-second mark.
First down and 10. As Ruxer straight up the middle across the 40 to the 45. It's going to be a gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
You know, Eric, I've talked all night long, so I sound a little bit like a broken record, but McCracken County's inside the tackle running game, really running up the middle. They did it against Mayfield. They did it great against Marshall County. They continue tonight. I think one of the things Coach Smith has found is running behind his offensive line has continued to provide 3, 4, 5 yards at a time, just consistently against whoever we're playing.
That's right. Thanks. As it is Ruxer again, bounces off a tackle, off of another, leans forward just short of the first down, but a nice job spinning his body and his legs to get near the first down marker. Third and 1 for the Mustangs. So we are now under 3 minutes left in the game. 34-14, McCracken County. Snap. Zeno gets by the tackle. First down and then some. 40. Cuts it near the outside. This is coming back. 20. 10-5 touchdown McCracken County. A hold will bring it back.
We have a flag on the play.
Eric has two big running plays the second half, one by Gavin Crass, one by Zeno, that are coming back, that have came back in this case due to holding penalties.
And so, it's a very nice play call by Coach Smith. Didn't quite pan out the way the Mustangs wanted, but I do like the execution minus the hold. Seeing a lot of improvement over the last 3 weeks from this McCracken County ball club. It has been a lot of fun to watch.
It has been, Eric. You know, one thing unfortunate for Zeno, if that play would have stood, he would have broke 200 yards. That would have carried him up over that 200-yard mark, or right at the 200-yard mark. So, unfortunate for Zeno. He's having a great ball game. It's unfortunate that play was called back. He could have broke the 200-yard mark tonight.
Third and 5 for McCracken County on its own 46. It's going to be Prior Lamb going off tackle, and it gets the first down and then some. 40 down the left sideline. Touchdown Prior Lamb. 54 yards for the touchdown. There is a flag and extracurricular activities. And unfortunately, judging by what the coaching staff is doing, it may be against the Mustangs, as the coaching staff was furious with one of its own on a block.
It better be all white.
And so this may come back.
That's the way you block. That's how you block, ref.
And so they call a hold against McCracken. So that's a second touchdown run on this drive that is pulled back. And someone, I guess you could say, not a overwhelmingly popular call.
I know. I think Eric, the parents here tonight that are cheering for McCracken County for the Mustangs have grown a little weary of the flags this
I understand. As that will move it back a bit. So it is a first down, as
I think one of the things is, Eric, I always enjoy the Wednesday coaches show. I think flags will be a good subject for this Wednesday show.
That's right. So we approach 2 minutes. Now Apollo's got to use their timeouts after each play, if they are still trying to push. Pressure coming as it comes right at Ruxer. He's dropped at the line, no gain. And Apollo will use their first timeout. A minute 40, I believe they will. They will not. So apparently Apollo waving the white flag. They are yielding.
Second down, Mustangs.
Yeah, Eric, McCracken County, I think, you know, in that third quarter, Apollo ran 8 plays from the line of scrimmage. I don't think they ran 8 plays in this fourth quarter.
I agree. Wonderful job by the Mustangs all around, as it's going to be Ruxer as a flag comes out. This may be coming back as it goes across the 25.
We have another flag on the play.
And so that will be a hold against McCracken County.
Holding penalty on McCracken County.
And so this will move it back a little bit more.
Hey, you better block all these guys. It's ridiculous.
And that puts it back Well, around the 41. 55 seconds left.
So, Eric, last year when I was keeping the stats, I think it was in the McCracken County Christian County game, if you recall, we exceeded 300 yards in penalties between the two teams. Mm-hmm. And I'll be honest with you, it'll be interesting. I want to ask Ivan that question when he does the stats. I would veer to bet we're north of 200 yards for sure tonight between these two teams.
As we have 59. 59 seconds will be on the clock. And we will have a couple more plays, and this one will be over. Lamb gets the snap, hands it off to Ruxer, hit at the line and goes down. Some extracurriculars on the far side, and that caught my eye as McCracken pushing for a penalty, and could see a avenue that would be the case.
Eric, one thing I've got to say, in the 5 years that I've been with you, this district rivalry here is getting a little bit heated.
I think you're right. 20 seconds left. One more snap and it will be done. Victory formation for the Mustangs. As they get it off, and that will do it. A hard-fought win for the Mustangs tonight. They win it 34-14. McCracken now 2-4 on the year, 2-0 inside the district. Apollo drops to 1-5. They are 0-1 inside the district. McCracken County travels to Davis County next week at 7 o'clock. From Panther Field and Davis County High School.
Are you still using an old smartphone for everything? Ready to get a new one but don't want to pay the super high price? Wouldn't it be nice to get credit from your old phone towards your new smartphone? At the Cellular Connection, your locally owned Verizon wireless retailer, they carry a complete line of smartphones from Apple to Android, even tablets for working or just killing time on the couch, even smart wearables like watches. If you own a business, they can help you with that too. Cellular Connection, your locally owned Verizon wireless